IPlayVidya here, and as you can see before us, we have ourselves a nice little tier list here. Now, a while back I did a character tier list for Umineko, and I really enjoyed that, and that seemed to perform pretty well, so I assume other people enjoyed watching it as well. So I knew at one point I would probably have to do one for, the franchise that's most well known on this channel. And I've known about this specific tier list for a while. The main reason I've held off as long as I have on it is simply because I was waiting on Total Eclipse, and I figured I might as well, play as much as I can so I have the most knowledge I can for all these characters before jumping into this tier list, right? Because I want to make sure I'm as familiar with all these characters as I can be, and I feel like now is a good time to do a list like this, seeing on how the future of Age and their visual novels is kind of up in the air. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Maybe their gacha game pans out and they make lots of money and they can fund more visual novels. Maybe their gacha game crashes and burns and they have no money and we get no visual novels. I don't know, and at this point I don't really care, so we're gonna have fun and do this tier list. Now, this is actually the second time I'm doing this, because the first time I recorded this video, when I went back to edit it, I realized all I pretty much did was just like throw characters in tiers without really giving any explanation. I'm just like, oh yeah, this character goes in S tier, whatever. This character, oh, that's for sure an A tier. Dude, I didn't discuss the characters at all. I'm just like, yeah, now you go here. Which, that alone, without like really talking about any of the characters, that took like 45 minutes. So I can only imagine how long this video is going to be now that I want to stop and actually think about the characters, right? But yeah, we're just gonna start from the top, work our way down, and oh shit, I forgot to edit. Listen, okay, we're just gonna get rid of this bottom tier. We're just gonna delete that row. I don't need that row. Alright, I'm a very simple man. Alright, I don't need an SS tier. Let me just edit these real quick. Actually, fuck, no, I need that. No, I don't. This would be, yeah. Anyway, this is the tiers I usually work with when doing these kind of lists. We have S tier, which are like the characters I absolutely love. You won't convince me that these characters can do wrong in any way, shape, or form. We got the A tier, which are characters that I genuinely enjoy. I generally enjoy. They may have some moments I'm not a big fan of, but for the most part, really like them. B tier are for two types of characters: either characters I just have no real opinion on, or characters that I have really varying opinions on. Sometimes I really like them, sometimes I don't like them. It just really depends on the situation. I don't really lean one way or another when it comes to really liking them or not liking them. C tier for characters I generally dislike. They may have some good moments, but for the most part they're kinda And then F tier, I can't stand these hoes. Anyone goes here, I can't stand you hoes. As you can see, if I scroll down, we have a big list here. We have a massive list here, and a good number of them I don't know. Like, as you can see, you got some Kimi Ita characters, you have some Kimi Nozo characters. If you look down towards the bottom here, you got some Schwarz's marking characters. Can you see my cursor? Yeah, you can. Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, you can't see the full web page like I can. Okay, it's because of how I have the screen enlarged on the capture. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so some of these characters, like, obviously I don't know. They won't go on the list. I could make a separate little tier for like, these are the characters I don't know. No, if I don't know you, you're not getting put on the list. It's as simple as that. Whoa, I'm going too far. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna take it from the top, work our way down. So of course, number one is our boy Takeru. The big main protagonist to the main trilogy. A fan favorite for sure. I know people like him. Me personally, I would say I do have, varying opinions on him. Like, because, judging these characters, I want to take into account, like, every entry they're a part of. And it's no secret that Takeru is a fucking jackass in Extra. He's very, very unlikable. It's our heroines here that make Extra, as enjoyable as it is. And Takeru's growth in individual routes, of course, seeing him go from asshole to somewhat redeemable is nice, but God, there's just so many moments where he's just a jackass. It's not even totally his fault, it's really just, romance protagonist syndrome. I've come to learn at this point after playing a lot more of these romance visual novels that the protagonists just tend to be fucking jackasses. So I can't 100% put that on him, but also you can't deny that it's part of him. You also see, bits and pieces of this in Unlimited and Alternative as well. Like there's even moments there where I question like what the fuck is wrong with this dude. So it's not even like the game. So with the game that is solely just a romance game in a normal setting, you can kind of like justify some things, but like even when his story starts to get fucking wild, he still has moments where he's just a fucking douche. But also, of course, on the positive side, you can't deny that he's got some moments. Like I said, even in Extra, he has his redemption arcs through most of these stories where he does improve. Obviously, he saves the fucking world in Alternative. You gotta give him points for that. You can afford to be a little bit of a jackass, right? If you're gonna save the world, right? You can afford to do that. I personally say he could afford to do that. So where would I put him ultimately? I think I'll slap him in A tier. I think for the most part he's a good guy. There's just some parts that I just There's just some moments that it keeps me from giving him that S tier. He's got a lot of good moments, but it's those bad moments that just really pull him down, Our girl Sumika, come on. What do I need to say here? I loved her since the moment she appeared on screen. She's like the first character you ever meet, and I've loved her since the beginning, and at no point has that ever been shaken. Amazing and Extra, Alternative, Altered Fable. Her route sucked, but like she was enjoyable in that story. Yeah, no, easy S tier, obviously. Maya. Okay, so if you're familiar with my Muv-Luv journey, I'm not the biggest Maya fan, and you probably already know that she is like the fan favorite character, so that makes this a bit difficult. And if I'm being totally honest, alright, in Extra her route was okay. It was very middle of the road. It had some good moments, but it was also incredibly infuriating at points. So but then when we got over to the Betaverse entries with Unlimited and Alternative, obviously Maya fucking skyrocketed from there. She was amazing in both Unlimited and Alternative. You can't deny that at all. In the Photon Flowers and Photon Melodies collections, in Photon Flowers, God, she sucked ass. If I thought she was bad in Extra, oh my god. I'll never get over just how absolutely fucking horrendous those goddamn Photon Flowers short stories were. For Maya specifically. Some of them for the other girls were okay, or some of them were even pretty good. Maya's, god, those are such a slog to read. I couldn't fucking stand them, and a big part of it had to do with the character of Maya herself. And then in Altered Fable, right, once again, it was similar to Extra in that her route was okay. Her route was a bit better in Altered Fable, I'll give you that much, but it was still just okay. There were definitely some that were better, but there were some that were worse. I will say that much. I said as much in my who's the best girl fucking video, that she's not the worst one there, but far from the best. I think ultimately, I will have to throw her in B tier, because I mean, I'm sure as you can tell, my opinions on her vary wildly. Like, some moments I love her, she's great. Some moments I want to throw her off a fucking cliff. I can't stand her. It's a tough one for sure. But and I know that's probably gonna upset the fans because like I said, she's the big fan favorite. But I mean, me personally, that's just where I gotta put her. So next up we got our girl Chizuru. Chizuru is not bad. She just has so many mid moments. That's the thing. Throughout the majority of the franchise, she's just so middle of the road meh. Like she peaked in Extra, which is unfortunate because that's the very first entry in the series, right? You don't want to peak at the beginning. You want to have some, it's good to start strong as long as you have some more moments later on to, follow it up with. But, she peaked in Extra. I think I've mentioned it before, but yeah, Chizuru's route in Extra is my favorite route in that story. She's not my favorite character by any means, but that was my favorite route. It was really fucking good. I loved it. But God, she just totally fell off from there. In Unlimited and Alternative, none of her routes or moments were really anything memorable. They were there. They weren't necessarily bad, but God, there wasn't much to them. Her story in Photon Flowers, once again, very meh. Wasn't the worst thing, as I've mentioned with Maya, but far from the best. Far from it. And then Altered Fable, oh God. Chizuru's route in Altered Fable is fucking ass. Not the worst thing. It is ass, but it's not the worst thing. But it is ass. So I think it's ultimately fair to give her C tier. A lot of her moments I'm just not a huge fan of. She's got some solid moments, for sure, but do they outweigh or even balance out with the negative ones? I wouldn't say so. So next up we got Ayamine. Once again, if you've followed my Muv-Luv journey, you know I fucking love Ayamine. You already know what tier I'm going to put her in, but of course, let's talk about her. I love her. In pretty much every entry she's been a part of, I love her. I shed tears for this woman. Her route in Extra wasn't the best. I love the character, of course. I love her, but her actual story, it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't like a 10 out of 10. It was like, I'd say like a solid 7, right? It was good, but there were definitely some that were better. Unlimited and Alternative, solid. Really enjoyed her moments there. Her story in Photon Flowers wasn't offensive, which is a big positive in the context of like Chizuru and Maya's Photon Flower story. It wasn't offensive, alright? I read it and I didn't mind it. So honestly, that's a plus. And then her route in Altered Fable, one of the best. Absolutely one of the best. If not the best. I love her Altered Fable route. Like, if there's one regret I have is not picking to go with her for Altered Fable, because that was a much more enjoyable story. I love Miki to death, don't get me wrong. Love her. And also I just wasn't the biggest fan of Altered Fable in the first place, but God, Ayamine's route was something special. I liked it. So yeah, like I said, easy S tier. I love her to death. I mean, most people know that by now, but yeah, love her. Mikoto. Mikoto is kind of in a similar vein to Chizuru, essentially, in that a lot of her stuff is just mid. Very middle of the road, inoffensive, it's there, I don't mind it, but also I don't really have any strong feelings towards it. In Extra, obviously she didn't have a route. She was just, the goofy comedic relief character, and she did do a good job of that. I enjoyed her moments there. Unlimited and Alternative was just okay. She didn't have her own separate story in Photon Flowers, but she did make some appearances in the Photon Flower stories, and I generally liked it. And then Altered Fable. Actually, that's the thing. In Altered Fable, I'd say Mikoto was my favorite route. I have said this before, and I will say it again. Mikoto was actually my favorite route in Altered Fable, now that I look back on it. It was actually very enjoyable. It played on the childhood Fred angle that, you typically see of Sumika, but the way it played out was very nice. I really enjoyed it. So I struggle as to whether or not I put Mikoto in B tier or A tier. Do I put her on like the low end of the A tier or at the high end of the B tier? That's the real question. Is she, like, she has her good moments I really enjoy, but does that put her up enough into the A tier for the characters that I'm generally pretty much, what the fuck am I trying to say? I generally, like, enjoy. I'd say so. I think Mikoto's earned an A tier. I think she's earned it. Because I think that's the thing. Chizuru had moments I absolutely didn't like. Mikoto didn't have any of that. She had moments I didn't have any strong feelings towards, but nothing offensive, nothing that really grinded my gears, nothing that I really didn't like. She was just overall good. Even in moments where I didn't care too much, she was still good. I feel like she's earned a spot in the A tier. I'd say definitely on the lower end, but I'd say she's earned a place up there. Miki, come on, y'all know where I'm gonna put her, but of course, let's talk about it. One of the best in Extra. Oh my god, I absolutely love her. Yo, if it weren't for Chizuru being, having the surprise route, that was fucking amazing. Miki would have taken number 1. Unlimited and alternative, fucking stellar. I stand by, if you're only gonna do one route in unlimited and alternative, you gotta do Miki's route. You gotta. It is so fucking good. I know a lot of people say, just do Meia's route, which, sure, because it does get called back later in, like, alternative, right? At least her route in unlimited, right? But, god, Miki's routes in unlimited and alternative, her route in unlimited, so damn good. Their final conversation, not their final conversation, like their Christmas conversation was really, really fucking broke my heart. That was the one moment in Unlimited that actually made me choke up with tears. Obviously that was never included in a video, so haha, fuck you, but also, yeah, no, like, that genuinely took me by surprise, and it made me appreciate Miki a whole lot more. And then Miki's final will in alternative, once again, really hit me a lot harder than I ever expected it to. Those two entries are what really solidified the fact that I love this little shit right here. Obviously I really liked her in Extra, but I think those last two entries really fucking followed it up well. As far as Photon Flowers entries, the best. The one I not only enjoyed, but just really just had a good time with. It was fun. It was goofy. I loved it. It was great. Altered Fable, like I said, one of the good ones. As far as Altered Fable goes, Ayamine, Mikoto, they were top tier, but I think Miki's definitely up amongst them. So I really don't need to say much more. Miki's an easy S tier. You're not gonna fucking convince me otherwise. And now, Madomo. I love Madomo. I don't think I talk enough about how much I actually legitimately like Madomo. I think she played a very good role in Extra of being that kind and supportive homeroom teacher. In Unlimited and Alternative, she played the hard-ass instructor, but she still had a heart of gold. She still cared for the people she was looking after, right? I think what really solidified Madomo as like one of my favorites was in Photon Flowers, the confession side story. Holy shit, that was absolutely amazing. I know that was more so Michiru, well, it wasn't just Michiru's story, but it was really for both Michiru and Madomo. Where the fuck Michiru is on this list. But goddamn, it just made Madomo that much more special. And then, of course, the day after came around, and Madomo's moments in the day after, come on. That's amazing. Absolutely loved her. When she was like the major in like the first two episodes, just being a genuine badass, or in the last 2 episodes where she's being kind of put back, she's what's the fucking phrase I'm looking for? After she kind of gets pulled back from the front lines, and now she's like teaching again. It's in that timeline, and she's still working with children. You could see that lovable homeroom teacher we know and love is still there inside her, even in this fucked up world. It's like, it's beautiful. I love Marumo. That's an S tier, baby. Yuko, that crazy bitch. Obviously, extra, loved her. She's amazing. Fucking hilarious. Fucking absolutely loved her. Unlimited and alternative. Yo, the super genius at the fucking military base. You liked her. You loved her. Especially an alternative. You know, saying that there is still emotions to this woman. She's not just, yo, a high and mighty, yo, up on her high horse fucking goofball, right? She's a goofball, but also she's not just totally pretentious. But also with alternative, you see like an actual emotional side to her, especially yo, at the the beginning of chapter 10, or the final chapter, whatever fucking number that was. 10 just sounds like a good number. The final chapter, when like they're being sent off into space, and Carry On is playing. It's this really heartfelt moment. And she's shown there fucking holding up that picture of Marumo, so you know that Marumo can say farewell to her children. And you see that Yuko clearly, even in the Betaverse, still had so much love for her friend, and her friend's death really did mean that much more to her. We did see bits of that, when Takeru crossed over to the Extraverse after Marumo's death in the Betaverse. That, Marumo in the Extraverse, not Marumo, Yuko in the Extraverse, did have a lot of love for Marumo. The fact that she called Marumo like her only friend. You see a lot more emotional side to Yuko, and I think that's what really makes her great. She's good. She's always good across every entry. I'm just talking about the trilogy. I mean, not that we see a whole lot more of her in the side content, but yeah, in Photon Melodies, in the Resurrection storyline with Silvio, solid moments there. Altered Fable, she's just her goofy self that we know from Extra, of course. I think Yuko is an easy S tier. Yeah, I can't deny. I think she's easy S tier. Miki's dad. I don't fucking remember your name. It starts with a G, I think. I don't remember your name. He was a goofy, funny, comedic relief character in Extra. Unlimited. Once again, he was just kind of goofy. No real role in alternative. And that's about it. That's about all we really see of him. He's just a goofball that pops up every now and again. No real negative opinions on him. I think I'd throw him at like the low end of the A tier. I don't think he's like anything super amazing to where he's going to be beating out a lot of people, but generally, no negative opinions on the guy. I'd say he's earned his A tier. Tsukiyomi, fucking love Tsukiyomi. In Extra, she's probably like the one aspect of like Maya and her whole entourage that I generally liked. Just Tsukiyomi was a goofball, right? And really Maya's whole entourage and everything surrounding Maya was goofy. But Tsukiyomi just had a certain charm to her, even in Extra. Like there's just this charm to her that you can't help but like, kind of have a little smile on your face when Tsukiyomi pops up on screen. And then Unlimited and Alternative, seeing her like really pop off as a bad bitch. Like you knew she was a bad bitch in Extra. You knew she was like this, highly trained, skilled fighter who could kick your ass and even kill you if she wanted to. But you really saw the badass come out in Unlimited, and especially in Alternative. Like, oh, Ami. Like, her fucking one-on-one against Sagiri, her and Takeru tag teaming during the Yokohama ambush, like, oh. Seeing the bad bitch come out in Tsukiyomi, that, oof. Loved it. I'd say, if we want to bring in the Photon Flower stories that she was a part of for Maya, she was definitely one of the better aspects of it. She didn't have really much of a role in the first Photon Flower story, but in the second one where like Maya was training on a mountain or some shit, Tsukiyomi was generally enjoyable. She definitely didn't contribute to making that story worse. All right. And I think that's about it. I guess if you want to mention the fact that she was in Altered Fable and she was there, but that's just more of her extrovert self. Yeah, I'd say Tsukiyomi's earned an S tier. I love her. She's great. Cameo of the three idiots. Now see, you might think all three idiots go in the same tier, right? You may think that. You may think the three idiots, they're a collective. They move together, you gotta keep them together. But I disagree. I won't be keeping them together because I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what it is. But there's something about Cameo that I just like. I find her less annoying. Maybe it's her voice. You know, part of it is her design. I do just like her look in general. But looks aren't enough to make up for a shitty personality, right? With all of the other two idiots, it's different. But with Cameo, I don't know. Maybe it's her voice, maybe it's the way she's presented, maybe it's just the skills of her voice actress. I don't know what to pinpoint it on. There's just something about Cameo I like more. In Extra, I didn't find her as annoying as the other two. You may think, but they're always doing things together. How could you possibly differentiate? I don't know. It's vibes, my guy. It's vibes, alright? In Unlimited and Alternative, none of them were really annoying in Unlimited and Alternative. It was just clear that they were that universe's, counterparts to the Extraverse's idiots, but they weren't the three idiots like they were in Extra. And then in The Day After, once again, there's just something about Cameo. I think because Cameo is kind of like the ringleader of them, especially in The Day After, she kind of acts like more like the leader of the bunch. From what I remember anyway, it has been some time since I played The Day After. But I don't know what to tell you guys. I like Cameo. I like Cameo. And I'm gonna fucking put her in the A tier. You can't fucking stop me. Maybe she's not up there with Takeru Mikado, sure, but I'm gonna put her in A tier because I want to. And then with Tomoe and Ebisu, those two you can group together. Those two I don't mind grouping together. And I'm going to put them, surprisingly enough, in the C tier. Because I did generally find them, just annoying and not as enjoyable. And once again, if you try to ask me, but what makes Cameo different, I don't have a real definitive reason to give you. It's vibes. It's just vibes. That's all I got. Akane. I like Akane. In Extra, she was good. Good character. Not that I wouldn't say, if we're going just off Extra, I wouldn't say she's up there in like the S's just based on Extra, but enjoyable. In Alternative, once again, liked her. Really solid moments. Enjoyed her. In Altered Fable, she was more prominent during Chizura's route, which is unfortunate, but her moments there were good, in my opinion. I think what really solidifies Akane as a really good character is the story that she's originally from, which would be Kimi no Uso. Obviously, I haven't read Kimi no Uso, but I did watch the Rumbling Hearts anime, and I really liked Akane there. Holy shit. That's what really made me enjoy Akane. I'd say prior to watching the Rumbling Hearts anime, I would have put her up in the A tier, but, already I liked her. But after seeing her moments in the Rumbling Hearts anime and then retroactively applying like that stuff to what we saw of her in the Muv-Luv entries, I gotta put Akane up in the S tier. I gotta. She's not like an all-time favorite, for sure. Like, she's definitely gonna be towards the bottom of the S tier, definitely. But I really like her. I really do. Kashiwagi's an unfortunate one just because, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Kashiwagi fan. In Extra, you see like very little of her. She's there for like a moment and then she's gone. She's not in Unlimited. In Alternative, she has good moments, right? Like, definitely has good moments, but unfortunately, like, her only real big, important moment gets overshadowed quite a bit by Isumi's sacrifice at the end of that chapter. So it just, her final moments don't really hit nearly as hard. Really no content in Photon Flowers, in Photon Melodies, specifically Altered Fable. Her out was one of the ones. It was there. It wasn't as offensive as others, but it was not good. It definitely exists. Kashiwagi's one I really just don't have any strong opinions on. I don't mind her, but I don't think she's anything special. I'd put her in B tier. That's just me personally, though. Kasumi. Kasumi is my baby girl. I love her, and she deserves hugs. Unlimited. I liked her. Unlimited. I didn't mind her. Alternative is obviously where a lot of people would start to enjoy Kasumi, and yeah, no, she's a little sweetheart. I absolutely love her. And then, of course, in Altered Fable as well, I enjoyed her there. Really weirded out by the fact that she had a romance route in Altered Fable. I've said that a million times. I'll say it a million times more. That was weird. Don't know why they would do that. Well, actually, I kind of know why. That's Japan likes to do some weird stuff every now and again. I think we knew that, but wasn't a fan of that. But even though I was very weirded out at the fact that she had a romance route in Altered Fable, a lot of the stuff that did happen in her route prior to, the nasty was actually really enjoyable. If her route in Altered Fable would have been like purely platonic, it would have been one of my favorites for sure, because it just had some really sweet moments there. But then they tried to turn it into romance, and Kasumi's like, well, fuck. If we go off of what they made canon later in Total Eclipse, right, with the fact that espers are permanently stuck in like a state of adolescence, like ugh, like does that apply to the extraverse where Altered Fable takes place, where that kind of technology is not really there? Espers aren't really a thing, but it's clear that Kasumi still has those abilities in Altered Fable, so does that still apply? Is she, like Enya, permanently stuck in adolescence? Because if so, it doesn't really matter what her age is labeled as. It's fucking weird, dude, It's kind of But yeah, no point in dragging this out any longer. Kasumi's S tier. I love her. She's my baby girl. Stop trying to sleep with her. That's weird. Next character, Yuhi. Yuhi's one I really just don't have any strong opinions on. Like, the main chunk of Yuhi content is obviously, what is it, chapter 6? in, Alternative. And while she was alright, I feel like she definitely was overshadowed by, like, Meia's moments in that chapter. Walken had some strong moments in that chapter, seeing that, that people on the American side weren't necessarily, the gung-ho asshole Americans that you'd come to expect. Learning more about Sagiri, and, watching him go from not necessarily the bat, from, like, you thought he was a fucking asshole, to not necessarily, like, he wasn't evil without good intentions. Like, his intentions were there. They were, you can't deny that. But I think Yuhi honestly gets overshadowed there. Like I said, she had moments. But, like, if I try to think of, like, my favorite Yuhi moments from Alternative, nothing comes to mind. Absolutely nothing comes to mind. I know she was there, for sure. I know she was there. But, like, if you ask me, what's your favorite Yuhi moment, I got nothing for you. And then her out in Altered Fable, it sucked. It wasn't good. If I thought Meia was bad, like, which I didn't think Meia was bad in Altered Fable specifically, but if I didn't enjoy Extraverse Meia, Extraverse Yuhi was even worse. She sucks, dude. Extraverse Meia has some redeeming qualities. Yuhi just fucking sucks, dude. I am glad she was dead in Extra. Hate me all you want for that statement, but god damn, she fucking sucks. So, really the only thing we're working with is alternative and altered fable. Like I said, very meh with, honestly, it's maybe a hot take. I might be about to come in hot, alright? I'm gonna slap Yuhi down in the C tier. I'm gonna slap Yuhi down in the C tier. I'm gonna do it. Because she's not even one that I don't have varying feelings on. It's just like her best moments are middle of the road, and then she has worse moments. I feel like, yeah, I can't put her any higher. I feel like she's a C tier. That's where she go. My girl Hayase Mitsuki. Love her. Obviously we don't really get introduced to her until Alternative, where she was great. Great. Yo, prior to, obviously Operation Cherry Blossom is where the real tears started flowing, but dear God, Mitsuki made enough impact through what little we saw of her in Alternative to really fucking destroy me when, her sacrifice came around in Alternative. That fucking hurt. Mitsuki's great. I love Mitsuki. And then if we look further down the line, Photon Melodies, her moments in Resurrection with Silvio and whatnot, where she and the Valkyries are just acting like dorks the whole time. I love Mitsuki being a dork. She does it very well. Altered Fable, she, once again, full dork on display, but also, I don't know, there's just a charm to her. There's just a charm to her. And then I think what really secured Mitsuki as one of my favorites, similar to Akane, was watching the Rumbling Hearts anime. Because, oh my god, I fucking love Mitsuki in the Rumbling Hearts anime. Oh my fucking god. That's honestly what really, for a while, drove my passion to, like, want to, see Kimi Nozo. Nowadays, I don't really fucking care. Anchor and Aja can bite me, but, God, her fucking story in Rumbling Hearts. I know Kimi Nozo has several different routes where varying different things can happen. It's not always, a heartwarming story, which honestly Rumbling Hearts isn't necessarily heartwarming. It's just a really good story, but it's definitely, it's a tough story at times. But yeah, Mitsuki, easily one of my favorites after watching that. She was already a character I really enjoyed, but I think that truly pushed her over the limit to a character I absolutely love. And then, of course, Mitsuki's partner in crime, Miss Haruka. Haruka, ugh. I really don't have anything good to say about Haruka, I'm gonna be honest. In Alternative, she was there. I didn't like her. Like, I really didn't feel anything from her final moments, right? Like, her final moments were really played up Mitsuki's final moments, but just looking at her final moments, it wasn't anything that really hit me hard because the character itself I wasn't really a fan of. Nothing really changed with that with Altered Fable either, and even with watching the Rumbling Hearts anime, I didn't care for Haruka that much. She's just a character I'm just genuinely not that big of a fan of. She exists, I don't hate her, but she just gets on my nerves more times than not. I'd say she's a C tier. She's there. She's not the worst thing, but God, like, she never really makes a scene better, in my opinion. I never get excited when she's on screen. Usually it's quite the opposite reaction of just like, oh God, not Haruka. Fuck. And then up next we have Miss Isumi Michiru. Isumi was definitely a good one. Obviously, her big moment in Alternative, that's what really solidified her as a, one of the good ones. And I think what really pushed her over the point was the confession storyline in Photon Flowers. Like, if you weren't a fan of Michiru and Marumo before that, like, well, honestly, I know some people aren't a fan of the confession storyline, but I think most people like really started to feel a lot more for Michiru and Marumo at that point. Obviously, haven't read Kimi Ita. I have nothing to. I can't really take anything from that story and apply it here. But I have heard good things from like the 2 people I know who've read it. That's not really much to go off of. Ismi, ultimately, I'd put in an A tier. I don't think she's up there as like one of the amazing ones that I absolutely love, but I got respect for her. I love her. She's good. Next up, Kazuma. Kazuma is probably like the character I have like truly no opinions on. It's not even a point of like, yo, she had some rough moments, but she was pretty good in others. It was just, she was there and I felt nothing. She was there in Alternative and I did not give a shit. She was there, in the Resurrection story with Silvio. I didn't give a shit. She was there in Altered Fable. And there was, supposed to be the sexy moment where, you squirted lotion on her titties. And you're supposed to be like, ho ho, lotion on the titties. Hoo hoo hoo. But it's Kazuma, so I don't really give a shit. I just do not care about her. She's probably the character on this list I am the most fucking indifferent about. I just genuinely do not care. I'd say B tier because I don't dislike her. These are characters I have some dislike for, but she's definitely not going up here. She definitely is not going up here. She was truly just there. Like, she's definitely going to be towards the bottom of B tier as well. Like, she's just there. I got no feelings whatsoever for this woman. She was truly a character. Anyway, next up we have Munakata. Much different story. Alternative, loved her. Obviously, she was your snarky, superior. And I really like that role she played. But then later on in the story, you realize that she does genuinely care about the people she works with. She just doesn't really show that. And she purposely doesn't show that because, she doesn't want her comrades in arms to, let their guard down and, soften up. But she does care about the people she fights alongside, and really enjoyed her in Alternative. She got a lot of extra content in the Resurrection storyline with Silvio, and she was good there. She was good. I wasn't a big fan of that story overall, but she was good in it. Altered Fable also, as much as I don't like Kazuma, which she was typically seen with Kazuma quite often, kind of like Mitsuki and Haruka. She's Munakata, and I like Munakata. More Munakata, I'm enjoying it. So yeah, Munakata I'd say goes in an A tier. Not quite S tier category. I don't absolutely love her. I don't adore her. She's not something amazing, but she's definitely one of the good ones. We love to see her. Paul. Good old Paul. I forget how to pronounce his last name, so I'm just gonna call him Paul. Paul. I mean, once again, like, what's there to say about him, Really, what is there to say about him? He was there. Very similar story to Kazuma, although he's not as, major of a character as Kazuma was. He was definitely there. He was just there to give, like, speeches on occasion. That's really all he fucking did. And then he popped up in Altered Fable, and he was a decent, comedic relief character in Altered Fable. I will give him that much. What was the fucking line he repeated all the time during the Airsoft tournament? That fucking technically made Yuko lose. God, I don't remember it, but it was like the funniest shit at the time. Yeah, Paul, my boy Paul here. He's a B tier. Let's be honest here. Paul's a B tier. Who has strong feelings about Paul? Let's be honest here. I'm not saying you gotta dislike the guy, but who has Paul as like their number one, right? Who has Paul up in their favorites? You're crazy if you're doing that. You're crazy. Alright, Sagiri. Sagiri. Here's the thing, alright? He's a pedophile. We don't know for sure if he or Ayamine ever truly slept with each other, but in Extra, he was a fully grown man who was thirsting after a high schooler. He was someone who had graduated high school, gone to university, gone to medical school, and was like freshly a doctor when he met he had just recently become a doctor, if I remember correctly, when he met Ayamine and her mother, and that's when he started to get close with Ayamine, who was absolutely underage at the time and by a massive margin, because like I said, this man had already graduated, gone to college, done his medical school shit, and Ayamine was a third year in the present day of Extra, and they dated years prior, so she was absolutely a minor. So at best he's a groomer, at worst he's a pedophile. Security just sucks. Based off of Extra alone, I'm not giving him any points up. Alright. Alternative, he wasn't the worst guy there, but also it was the same shit. If the characters' ages directly translate over, it's still just as fucking gross. That's nasty. I don't care if he was her father's right-hand man or whatever. That's weird. That age gap is nasty. I don't like it. And then in The Day After, he turned, not only did he turn traitor, he turned traitor and joined up with the French. Like, it's one thing, right? When he's leading a rebellion, an uprising in his own country against like these damn Americans who are trying to keep us down, and he's not entirely wrong in that fact either. It's another thing in The Day After when you say, yeah, I'm gonna join the French. Like, come on, man. The French? Not only are you a pedo, but you're gonna support the French? Like, man, come on. You gotta do better than that. That's... ugh. Yikes. Never trust a French. Come on. Next up, we got Walken. Honestly, just based off of his entrance. Well, yeah, the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Based off his appearance, I think was the word I'm looking for. In Alternative, I liked him. He was good. He played like the hard ass, military officer, and for the longest time you expect him to be one of just these dude bro American military people, which I've had the pleasure of dealing with in my time, so I know that type of person. But then as the story progresses, you realize there's more to him. He is a lot more sympathetic to the Japanese people than you thought he would be, and he was a lot better of a guy than you initially thought. Then of course there's The Day After, where once again it's a bit more obvious he's an ally at that point, but you see him, teetering the line and just really, truly trying to fight for peace between these two, and it's admirable. And then of course, I guess we have to mention Altered Fable. If I'm gonna fucking point out Sagiri's faults, we gotta say that Walken, you can't be getting nosebleeds over teenage girls. That's not okay, bud. I don't care about the aura of dignity she carries around her. That's weird. At the very least, you didn't actually date her. It's one thing to see pretty girl and go ooh la la, even though there's that really gross age difference between you. But it's a totally another thing to be Sagiri and be like, hey, I'm a grown-ass man who's more than likely got a solid decade over this teenage girl. Gotta get with that, So honestly, I'm not gonna hold Walken too hard for his moments in Altered Fable. They're a bit rough, but ultimately I'd say Walken. Actually, that's a tough one. A for sure, A tier for sure. Does he earn S tier though? I could see an argument for it. I could see an argument for Walken in the S tier. I could see it. And I wouldn't be mad at anyone who put Walken in the S tier. I think that's fair. I think I'm going to put him in the A tier. I think he's going to be at the higher end of the A tier once I actually go through and sort out within the tiers. But, you know, I'd say he's easily an A tier. I could see an argument for S tier. I could see it. Me personally, I won't put him there, but, I definitely see the argument for it. Next up is Tokyo's international man of mystery himself. Oh wait, no, he'd be Yokohama's man of mystery. What the fuck, it doesn't matter. Sakonyoroi, goofball. Just a goofball. He's a big ol' fucking goofball. He's a bit smarter than he lets on, but he's just a big ol' fucking goofball. An alternative, he was a big ol' fucking goofball. He was in the day after, right? No. Was he? Was he in the day after? I feel like he was, but I don't know. No. Maybe? I don't know. I don't actually remember. I know he was in Resurrection, the Silvio story. Absolute goofball there. He had a brief appearance in Total Eclipse where he continued to be a goofball. He's just a goofball. He's a one-track character, but he plays it well, alright? He's a goofball. We like him around here. Irina Piatek. In Alternative, she was just a whole lot of nothing. She was a side character that was there, and that was it. In Altered Fable, which is really where you get a lot more of her. Fuck, man, she was there. I think that's another B-tier character that's just... I don't really care. No strong feelings. She exists, and that's about all she's got. Irma. Yo, Irma you might think goes a little bit higher because of her interactions with Miki in Alternative, but I think that says more about Miki than it does about Irma herself. Irma, just as a character, was there. Once again, it's very similar to Piatek. She popped up for a brief moment. Honestly, Piatek had more screen time than fucking Irma did in Alternative. She popped up for a brief moment, and then, yo, she was gone. And it didn't really lend her any credit. It definitely made Miki look a lot better. It gave Miki some more, points up there. But Irma herself was just, nah. And then Altered Fable, once again, nah. She was for sure there. I think she just goes in B tier alongside Piatek there. Kyosuka, the resident lunch lady. We love her. We love her around here. The question here is S or A tier, you know? We obviously like her. Is she one of the absolute favorites though? Is she up there? Because I want to be a bit more critical when it comes to like differentiating between the S and A tier, because if I wanted to be like, oh, I love this character, there's, I could definitely throw some of these back up in S tier, for sure. I could do that. But I want to be a bit more critical, balance this list out a bit more. That's why you have some of these down here. Like, do I truly, have a strong dislike of any of these characters? Not really, but I want to be more critical, spread this tier list out a bit more evenly. I think Kyosuke goes in A tier. Obviously, she's really only there in Alternative. That's about it. But her moments in Alternative are pretty damn solid. You gotta give her credit where credit's due. And I guess, if you're going off, she'd have a brief moment in the Resurrection storyline with Silvio. She definitely appeared. Yeah, I like her. Arai, the misogynist jackass himself. He sucks. He just sucks. I think his storyline in, what the fuck is the name of it? It was Marimo's big moment. What the fuck was it called? Atonement. Atonement? Not Atonement. I think it was called Atonement. I believe that was the title for it. Yeah, no, he sucks. He's an asshole. I don't think his sacrifice redeemed him in any way. Like, okay, he died. Cool, whatever, move on. He sucks. Arai fucking sucks. He just sucks. That's it. Rain Dancers. We got, what was his name? Hugh Winston, I believe. He was definitely there. That's the thing about both Rain Dancer's characters. I didn't like Rain Dancer's overall. It was just very meh. It definitely exists. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'd say both Hugh and what was her name? Monica Gyokosa, or is it, no? It's Gyokosa. Both B tier. They exist. I don't dislike them, but I don't have any strong feelings. They definitely don't go up here. I don't fucking remember your name. You're the bratty squad mate from Confessions, who actually turned out to be a bit better than we initially thought. Fuck it, C tier. For most of the story, I didn't like her. For most of the... Did I? Well, no, fuck you. She goes in B tier. I think for... God, I don't even remember my interactions with that story all that well. Obviously, I remember Michiru and Marumo, alright? Which, obviously, they're going to stand out, but everyone else I don't really remember as well. But if I remember correctly, Bratty Bitch here was actually a pretty goofy comedic relief character, and as as her character continued to develop, I definitely gained a bit more of an appreciation for her. On the other hand, we have Takamiya here, and I think she's the one that I just fucking, oh my god. Well, I mean, I don't think, I know for the fact that as that story went on, she got on my nerves so goddamn much, because she just wanted to baby this one. She would just want to be like, you got a baby, or she's a little girl, we gotta look out for her. And it's like, no. This is war, damn it. Y'all need to be soldiers. As fucking rough as it is, Takamiya got on my nerves so goddamn much. I really, by the end of the story, I could not fucking stand her. Short stuff here. Sacrifices herself trying to save this one, if I remember correctly. I'd slap her in B tier. She was no strong opinions really. Henry from, what was it, Chicken Divers, I believe is the name of the story. Henry exists, that is for sure. No. Chicken Divers was actually a really good side story. I really enjoyed that. And even though we see Henry for like the briefest of moments, right, he's really just gonna blip on the radar compared to some of these characters. I think he was a good one. He actually stood out as like a really solid character. I liked him. I'd say I liked him enough to even put him up in the A tier. Nah, not near enough for S tier material, but I think he proved himself enough to be above the B tier for sure. His teammate, however, whose name I don't fucking remember whatsoever, I don't even know if his name was ever stated. If it was, dude, I don't fucking remember it. You were there just to make Henry look good. You're a B tier. You didn't do anything offensive to where I don't like you, but you're not going much higher, dude. Yayoi, once again, haven't played Kimi Ita, really no information to draw from there, so my only information for Yayoi would be the inheritance story from Photon Flowers, which, she was there. I hate to keep saying that, but once again, really no strong feelings. I didn't like her, I didn't dislike her, she was there. And honestly, I think the same can be said about Marika here, another Isumi sister. She was there. I'd say she was a bit better than Yayoi, but she was there. No strong feelings, honestly. And of course, the start of the show, Akira. Would I say I liked Akira? Would I say Akira's earned an A tier? Would I say that? Stop and think here. Let's just stop and ponder for a bit. Maybe. I guess the real question lies is, do I put her on like the low end of A tier? 'Cause she's definitely on the high end for sure. Or do I put her on the high end of B tier? I don't know. I think once again the end result is I just don't have any strong feelings. I feel like she could be on the higher end of B tier, but God, there's just not enough strong feelings there to really say like, yeah, she's an A tier. Like I said, I'm trying to be more critical, and like I just don't feel like she goes, and she definitely doesn't go any lower than B tier, but I don't see her going any higher than A. Ilfride from Adoration, I fucking love her. The fucking plot twist at the end that she was the one leaving the towels there because she was just trying to make, Sojiro's fucking stay as comfortable as possible. She was just trying to look out for him. She's just such a goddamn sweetheart. She's an absolute dumbass, but I love her. Easy S tier. Ilfride fucking rules. I love her. If, the Duty Lost Arcadia visual novel ever does come to light, that's probably one I'm absolutely like looking forward to, if that one truly does end up happening, because oh my god, I love Ilfride so goddamn much. She's fucking awesome. Luna Teresia. See, with Luna, I hate to say it, I hate to be a fucking broken record here, but guess what? She was there. I know some people liked her, some people enjoyed her, but I just did not have enough strong feelings to say, oh yeah, Luna taking the fucking... I don't even know what metaphor I was going to use there. Luna was just there. I don't dislike her, but she's not A tier. She's not A tier. Helga, however. Helga had enough moments to where I genuinely liked her presence. I liked what she was about. I liked what she was doing. I like her. She's no Ilfride, right? But she was good. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed her moments. She was nice. She earned an A tier. I believe your name's Seijiro. I believe I pronounced that properly. I believe. I'm no fucking genius, but actually let me open a new page here. I'll just put this over on the other monitor real quick. But what the fuck was I gonna look up? Right. Fucking Muv-Luv Adoration. Your name was Seijiro? Seijiro. Seijiro. Haha, I was right. His name is Seijiro. Haha. It doesn't matter. He was a fucking goofball. He was a great comedic character. And it was nice to see, honestly, like, as much as he was a fun character to laugh at, it was nice to see his growth as a character just within that short story. Really, really great. I think that's what really sealed the deal for me, is like watching him go from this intolerable fucking nerd to, someone who had a bit better understanding of just how the world actually worked. And even though, like I said at the beginning, he was an intolerable nerd, it was an endearing... does that make sense? An endearing kind of intolerable? He was a fucking dork, but I laughed at him. I liked him enough. I'd say he's earned an A tier. Brigitte, listen, she's an eye patch mommy, so pee-pee happy, but if we actually look at the character themselves, I don't know. Nothing really against her, honestly. No major support, no real dislike. Yeah, I'm just gonna slap her in the A tier, because like I said, pee-pee happy. You... Fuck if I remember what your name is. They called you like the White Wolf or something. You're voiced by Sanai Kobayashi, which stellar voice actress, love her, but the character herself, honestly, not that memorable. Like, I'm trying to think back of like any major moments I could think of her. Any of these other characters, well, maybe not you, but most of these other characters, like, something pops into my mind, right? But yeah, you're going to B tier. You were there. You were definitely there. Hate to be a broken record here, but damn. Gerhard von Rollerstein, my guy. Love this dude. Not only is he just an absolute goofball who can get serious when it counts, right? But he can be both a goofball and dead serious while being a goofball, which is fucking hilarious. This mustache twirling JoJo posing motherfucker. But also, he's voiced by fucking Takia Kuroda, which just makes it even fucking better. I love this goober. He's fucking awesome. He's going in S tier. I fucking love that dude. Alright, next up we got, I don't remember your name, like Burgermeister von Burgermeister, what the fuck ever. You were cool. I'll give you that much, you were cool. Did I have any real strong feelings, though? Did I see him and go, yeah, I like that guy? Was he like Brigitte, where I was like, yeah, I like her? Well, no, okay, that's not a good comparison, because like I said, that was more PB happy than anything. But was she like Henry? Was he like Henry, where I was like, I like that guy, he's cool. Cool enough to be an A tier. Is that where... I feel like Burger was in your name. I'm gonna call you Burger Boy. Burger B, you're going in B for Burger Boy. I really... No strong feelings, I'm sorry, my dude. What was your name, Will? Were you Will? I know there's another Will in here, but I think you were also a Will? I don't even remember your name, bud. He was an annoying dickhead. Honestly, was he really, though? Like, he picked on Seijiro, because Seijiro was this dork who didn't really understand how things worked on the front lines, right? But was he really that big of an asshole? Well, I mean, I guess there was that moment where he did prank him by, like, switching the door signs on like, the showers and whatnot. So, he ended up in the showers with, like, the lieutenants as well as, like, the captains and whatnot, which, honestly, is that a bad thing? I think we enjoyed our time there. I think I'll put him in B tier. I don't have any strong opinions on the guy, but was he really that much of a jackass, or was he just fucking goofing off with this dork who didn't know how things were run? Yeah. Silvio, goddamn. Resurrection was definitely the one story in Photon Melodies I did not have a good opinion of. God. Silvio just kind of sucks. He doesn't suck, I guess. I have very extreme opinions on Silvio. I feel like the first half, or honestly like the first like 3/4 of Resurrection, Silvio was just fucking annoying more than anything. I mean, it was comedic enough in some points, in other points it was just too much goofiness. It was just, which isn't really entirely his fault, I guess. But at the same time, one thing I will say, he was thirsting after Kasumi. We can't deny that. When he saw like big-titted women, he'd be like, oh yeah, that's the type of women my brother would like, so I guess I should probably sleep with them, right? If he like, he sees a woman like Yuko, he's like, ah, big-titted adult woman. My brother would like that kind of woman, but then he's like, ah, adolescent girl. Now that's my thing. It's like, Silvio. Silvio. Like, I know he ends up linking up with Munakata, right? Which is, that's a woman. But, you can't deny homeboy was thirsting after a little girl. And then, the rest of the story, there wasn't really anything to, kind of distract me from that. Like, hey, did you think I forgot that you were thirsting after a young girl? And then, no, I didn't, bud. Hey. But I will say the final act of Resurrection was pretty fucking great. That big final fight in the brain room, and then Yuko's whole, oh yeah, we fucking set up a duplicate copy, one duplicate replica of the room, like one floor above. You think I was gonna put my fucking... just another example of Yuko just being a sly bitch, and we love her. Silvio, on the other hand, like, he's got some good moments. I can't deny it. Is he going in F tier? No, absolutely not. But I do think Silvio goes in C tier. I didn't like him. Renzo. Like, yeah, he no strong opinions of him in Silvio's prologue, like when Renzo died. And then, yeah, he was the bad guy, but was he really the bad guy? Because he was brainwashed, you know? It wasn't really, like, his opinions, and they were working to try and, you know, fix him and make him better and whatnot. I don't know if you can really put that on Lorenzo's shoulders. I'm just saying. Silvio, he was a man acting of his own volition. He thirsted after an adolescent of his own volition. Renzo may have been a bad guy who was trying to commit some form of terrorism, but he wasn't doing it voluntarily. Well, I mean, he was, but he wasn't doing it in his right mind. I think that's the way I'm trying to phrase that. Point being, I'm going to put him in B tier. Because, fuck you, I'm going to put him in B tier. What are you going to do about it, Al? You going to kiss me? I don't fucking think so. Go ahead, try it, coward. I dare you. Ugh, coffee. Alright, so next up we got you. You're the elder Kozuki, if I remember correctly. Or no, is Mitsuko the elder? No. Yuko's the youngest of the Kozukis. I forget which one of you is the older one. But you're one of the Kozukis, alright? So that immediately means you're an A tier because PP Big Happy. But also from the visual novels, all we really know about her is from, I mean, outside of what she appears in Kimi no Uso, I believe. But in just what we have localized, all we've seen of her is her brief little moment in Resurrection, which wasn't anything special. But like I said, I have watched the Rumbling Hearts anime, and she did stand out to me. I will say she did stand out to me. One moment I absolutely love in the Rumbling Hearts anime is when Takayuki is trying to take Haruka is trying to like kidnap Haruka out of the hospital. And then like he runs into, you know, Ms. Kosuke here, and he's like giving this like long-winded speech about like, yo, Haruka's the woman I love, I gotta be with her, she's gotta be out of here, she won't wake up, she's here, she's gotta be with me. And then fucking Kosuke here just walks up to him, just fucking smacks him upside the fucking head, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's some Kosuke shit right there. So yeah, she really stood out to me as a solid character. I liked her, and like I said, she's a Kosuke, and Kosuke's pretty much automatically get A tier because PP Big Happy. Next up we have Tsukiji. Tsukiji, really all we saw of her, like, they're using, the guy who made this tier list is using the image where she appears in Resurrection. She has no voice lines, if I remember correctly. She's there, but she is truly the character that is there. She says nothing, she does nothing, she just exists, right? The only point in the visual novels that we really ever see her is in Altered Fable, where she plays a big part in Chizura's route, which is not a good thing, because she's constantly simping for Akane, which I get it, but at the same time, damn bitch, you need to chill. Yeah, Tsukiji for the most part, she's just annoying. She's not anything great. I don't hate her, but fuck, she gets on my nerves a lot. I'd say she's a C tier for sure. You there, you're Will. Will? Pretty sure your name's Will. So now we're out of like our main trilogy characters. Well, no, we've been out of the main trilogy and we've been in the photons and whatnot, but now we're dipping into the day after with what we got down here. Next up, Will I say is a solid A. Nothing he did really stood out to me as like something amazing, but he definitely had plenty of good moments. I enjoyed him. I liked him. Like I said, nothing super amazing, but he definitely stood out. He wasn't just like there, right? He definitely stood out as like a good guy. I like him. You know, I like his little clash with Lilia about like their differing viewpoints and whatnot. He was a very well-spoken gentleman. I like him. Melvina. I fucking love Melvina. She's an absolute gremlin, and she's a sly little shit. I love her. She's at times, yeah, just a goofus, and I love her. She's great. Easy S tier, RMP. Next up, Big Mama Daryl. You are named Daryl, which is kind of yikes, but The actual character. Where would I rank Daryl? She was good. A good comedic character. Definitely got some ha-has out of me. But also she could get serious when you know it was needed, when it was warranted. I'd say Daryl deserves an A tier. I'd say she deserves it. Needs a different name, but she deserves it. Lilia. That's a tough one, because throughout the vast majority of episode 0 of the day after, I didn't like her. I found her very annoying. Definitely got on my nerves quite a bit. But there's no denying that in, episode 2, that she comes in really clutch for Hibiki and the gang. And, you know, you can't deny she puts in the work, right? You know, she's got good intentions. You can't deny that. I feel like Lilia goes in B tier, but not because she's one of those characters I don't have an opinion on, but because it varies wildly. Sometimes I think she's good, sometimes she just gets on my fucking nerves, but, you know, I think she lands herself right in the middle overall. What was your colonel? You a colonel? Are you a general? Colonel? I don't fucking remember your title. Sure as hell don't remember your last name. He was the guy running the JFK, right? It was a ship, so it would be the USS. I'm throwing too many S's on there. I don't think it matters what the fuck the name of the ship was. He was the captain of the boat that Will, Daryl, and Lilia were all originally on. And he did not stand out in the slightest. He's the opposite of what Lilia was. Lilia, I actually have some opinions on. That dude was there. I didn't care about him, really. Hibiki. I fucking love Hibiki. I don't know if I've said it before, but Hibiki, well, actually now after finishing Total Eclipse, I can say with certainty that out of all the works we have translated, Hibiki is easily my favorite fucking protagonist. I love this dude. I love his values. I love his personality. I love what this guy's about. I love Hibiki. He's a great fucking dude. And his story so far with the day after has been phenomenal. And if we ever do see Resonative, I do want to see how his story concludes. Shizuku. Shizuku's a doofus, but a lovable doofus. I honestly don't know where I'd put Shizuku. I don't know if I'd put her like at the low end of A tier. She's one of those characters where it's tough, where she's like low end of A tier or high end of B tier. Cause she didn't really stand out to me. Nothing really stood out as like a character I really liked. But also I feel like B's a bit of a disservice. Yeah, I'm thinking high end of B tier. I'm thinking that's where we're gonna put her. She was good. She was good, but nothing really stood out to me, you know? Nothing like really screamed, hey, she's great. So up next we got Yusuka, my fucking queen. I adore her. She is amazing. She's about it. She's the most loyal homie you'll ever have. Also, she's more than a homie. Which, hell yeah. So happy they went that way with the story. I love Yusuka. She's fucking phenomenal. She makes my heart happy. And, I mean, what more could I possibly ask for? Ellen, however, that's the thing. For most of the story, Ellen was good. For most of the story, she was good. I liked her. She was enjoyable. But then right there at the end, she was a bit too much of a selfish bitch. It's one thing to have these characters, locked in, a love battle, if you will, of like, who's going to take this man's heart, right? But Yusuka won fair and square. Yusuka won that fight fair and square. And after Hibiki and Yusuka come out as a couple, that's when Ellen decides, now I'm gonna make my move. Now that they're, official and public about being a couple, now's the perfect time for me to come in and put a smooch on his lips. Not only to put a smooch on his lips, but to do it, on this aircraft carrier where a bunch of people are on, there could be some eyes watching. Hell, potentially, Yusuke could have seen that. She didn't, but she damn well could have. And that could have definitely created some tension between the squad before y'all go into a goddamn hive. Like, Ellen just proved to be a bit too selfish at the end of episode 3 there, and I didn't like it. It really fucking rubbed me the wrong way. It's one thing if like you both are locked in this competition trying to go after the same guy, right? And y'all are both making moves on him. Then you know what? If Hibiki and Yusuke hadn't come out as like an actual couple at that point, I would have been fine with it. If it was still at the point where like they're both vying for this guy's heart, it's like, alright, she tries to make her move, she tries to make her move, it's all good. It's all good. But I think once they were together and they were out there about that was Ellen's point to step back and accept that she lost. But nah, she was a sore loser and it's like, nah, I gotta get me some, mama needs some sugar. And it's like, nah, mama needs to fuck off, alright? And you may think like, come on, that one moment can't be enough to like soil the character. You said she was a good character at that point, but it was. That one moment just made me completely look at her in a different light, and I don't like her. I don't. I think I'm gonna have to put her in B tier because of that one moment. Yes, I know you're there. I know what you're thinking. Dear Lord, bro, that's kind of extreme. You're gonna throw her in B tier just because that one moment. Yeah, I am. That one moment fucking was worth so much more than everything else she'd done up to that point. Because she was riding high as a solid A tier character. She made me giggle. She had some heartfelt moments. She was riding high. But then it's like, oh, she gonna do some mad selfish shit like that. Especially, it's one thing, right? If she would have made the move for a smooch while they were just in Seattle doing what the fuck ever, that'd be one thing. But the fact that she has to make that move, just to put her own mind at ease, just for her own sake, and possibly, put the fucking relationship of the squad in danger like that for her own needs, I ain't about that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Really don't like that. Kusumoto, our lovely mechanic, goofus, absolute goofus, in the best way. She's an A tier for sure. Not quite S, but goofy bitch, we love her. Matsukaze kick. I love Matsukaze. He's a bro. I love the bros. I love the bros, the homies, the dudes, the guys, the ones who are about it. Alright, one moment that just really stands out for Matsukaze that just continues to stick with me is like when Yusuke's dad is first introduced and you see like there's a lot of the tension between Yusuke and her dad, and everyone's like, why isn't she so happy her dad's return? Why is she just so ecstatic and elated and excited? And Matsukaze is like, guys, have you ever thought it's just like none of our fucking business? Maybe there's some shit that went down between them. It's just like we don't fucking know, and maybe we shouldn't jump to conclusions and be assholes. And like this coming from like, the dude bro. Like, I fuck with Matsukaze hard after that moment. The real question for me is he S or is he A? He's A for sure. He's easy A. Does he make that jump to S though? I love homies who are about that homie shit. I think I've made that evidently clear by this point. I love homies doing homie shit. It's amazing, it's great, it's wonderful. Like, romance is good. I love me some romance. But that friendship, when it's that real good friendship, ooh. When it's that ride or die shit, that's good shit. That's good shit. And Matsukaze about it. I think he's got to go S tier. I gotta put him up there. I believe your name was She's Cole, right? You were She's Cole? Because I remember you and Shizuku had very similar names. I think you were She's Cole. You weren't really around long enough to make an impression. Like, you died right away to play a part in Hibiki's story, but like, God, you really did nothing? I didn't hate you, I didn't like you, you showed up, you died, we're moving on, bud. So, I guess B tier, honestly. Okay, then there's the real Ellen Ace. For those, I haven't watched Last Divers myself, I've read the synopsis of it, so I know, I know what happens, right? You know, we know that Ellen was an orbital diver, but actually she's not Ellen. This is Ellen. But, you know, the Ellens were orbital divers, and the Ellen we know is actually a woman by the name of, what was the name? Josephine, I believe? Josephine? I believe that's her name, Josephine. She was the daughter of a French politician who had lost support in France. So after their pods like crash, well no, it's as their pods are crashing, the real Ellen says, "Hey bitch, take my name because you ain't gonna fucking last long if you keep your name. They're gonna know you're the politician's daughter. Take my name, run to the US, say you're a Canadian defector, it's gonna save your ass, otherwise life's gonna be fucking hell for you." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because the real Ellen knew she wasn't gonna make it. Their pods crash. Present day Ellen climbs out of it. Realizes, oh yeah, my homie's dead. Fuck. But the point I'm getting at, that's the story of Last Divers, right? I haven't watched it for myself. I know the video is up on YouTube, I believe, the full a full translated thing. Like there's translated closed captions. I haven't watched it for myself, so I can't really say much about the characters themselves, honestly. So these two specifically, I won't say much about. The real Ellen, I won't put on the list, I mean. The real Ellen Ace and whoever this bitch is. I recognize her face from like screenshots and clips I've seen of Last Divers, but I don't know much about her to really actually judge her. Rena, however, we actually originally met Rena in Photon Flowers with the Chicken Divers story with Where's My Boy Henry. I do know Rena, and then of course in episode 3 of The Day After, she played a big part in stopping the French terrorists at NORAD. So Rena's a badass. We like Rena. Very soft-spoken, very cute girl, but she's a badass. She a bad bitch. Not only she a bad bitch, she a bad bitch in space. Which that's extra points in my book. So bad bitch in space, get A tier. That's all I'm saying. This little bastard. I don't know your name. I don't care to know your name. You were a fucking little prick hole. F. You had no redeemable moments. You sucked ass. Will I eventually rank you above, the pedo and the misogynist? Probably, but, you suck. Straight up, you suck. Ogami. Here's the thing. Ogami, licked a child. But strangely enough, it wasn't in like a sexual fashion. Ogami is not a pedo. She's just fucking weird. Which I can't really, I can't really take points off of for being weird when she did one weird thing, right? She did one, it was a weird thing, but it wasn't an indication of a much deeper problem. Sagiri tried to marry a high schooler when he was, at least late 20s, if not early 30s. He's gross. Ogami is a goofball on the battlefield who's just kind of a crazy bitch who was like, I fucking and I licked someone's face. That's the thing. She did lick a child, but she did not lick that person because they were a child. Sagiri went after someone. I'm sorry I keep using Sagiri as a point of reference, but he's like the only other like real legitimate pedo on this list who's done something weird. Silvio, he's got pedo tendencies, but he never actually did. He never acted on those urges, right? Point being, I think I am going to put Ogami in A. Just because she was good. I liked her. I did. She did weird me out with that one moment when she was first introduced and she licked a child. Not gonna lie. Weird. But I think the rest of it proved that she was just she cares about the people she's with, and she tries to ensure the best for them, and I like that. I like her. I wish her nothing but the best. Maya Tsukiyomi. Maya Tsukiyomi. For those of you who don't know, Maya is to Yuki what Mana is to Maya, right? She's the other one's retainer. That's why you don't really see. Well, I don't think it's ever explained why she does. Well, I don't think she shows up in Alternative simply because I don't think she was a character at that point. She just didn't exist. No one had really thought about it. Maybe she did, and I just don't fucking remember it. That's also possible. Because, like, she had, like, a sprite in the original art style. We saw that with Altered Fable. But maybe that was the first time that sprite had been made? I don't fucking know. That's not the point. The point is, where you first would have met her would have been Altered Fable, more than likely. And she's our Tsukiyomi's cousin. I know they're both Tsukiyomis because that's the family name. But there's only one Tsukiyomi in my heart, and it's not Maya. I'm just gonna call you Maya. There's Maya, and then there's Tsukiyomi. I don't care if she's Tsukiyomi Maya. There's Maya, and then there's Tsukiyomi. All right. And yeah, Maya, she's okay. I don't have any strong opinions, really. I hate to stuff this B tier even more, but God, just no strong opinions, really. She was just there, I hate to keep saying that, but that's the best way I could describe it. Is just she didn't stand out. She had some good moments in the day after. I'll give her that much. She wasn't just a total nobody in the day after. She had some moments you can't deny. But at the end of the day, but yeah, no real strong opinions. Chief Mechanic from the day after. He's an old man who knows what he's about, gives the youngins some good advice. We like him. We'll throw him an A tier. I like him enough to put over that. He's not going to be high up in the A tiers, but I like him enough to throw him up there. Asagi, was that your name? Asagi? Really all we saw about her was that she couldn't handle the trek across the country, went crazy and tried to kill Hibiki and Yusuke. We don't really know the extent of how genuine her relationship with Hibiki really was. We know they were an item before they were forced to cross the country, right? But God, you don't really see much of Asagi besides her losing her fucking mind. But you can't really put that on her because the shit she went through was enough to fucking break someone. That's why Hibiki and Yusuke are so amazing, is because they didn't come out of that shit unscathed by any means. They definitely have traumas they're dealing with, but like they survived that and they didn't break. They went through what they did and they didn't break. They're still here. They got skeletons in their closet, but they didn't break. They're still pushing forward, and that's mad respect. But that doesn't necessarily mean you disrespect Asagi for what she went through. But if you take away, Asagi's crazy moments, you're not left with a whole lot to judge her on, right? You really saw very little of her. And the very little we did see of her was enough to really put her in either spot, so I hate to stuff it even more, but that's B tier behavior, buddy. Komaki. Based off of just the visual novel, because I have not read the manga, which I know she gets some extra scenes in the manga. I have not watched the anime, which I know she has some moments in, what was it, like the very first episode of the alternative anime. So I'm going based off of just the visual novel. And gotta say, not the biggest fan. I feel like she has some okay moments in there, overall, she just kind of gets on my nerves, and she's kind of a bitch, and I just don't feel like there's any redeeming points to that. But I don't think she's in the I can't stand these losers tier, so I'm gonna put her in C tier. She's aight. Ikaruga, however, is a fucking dork ass. Dude just sucks. He thinks he's hot shit, but he's just a fucking nerd. He sucks. Like, I know he's the villain, he's supposed to suck, but like, he's not even that great of a villain, he's just a fucking dork ass. Also, from what I can tell, there's no official sources that confirms it, but I guess the widely accepted headcanon is that he was the one that was going to marry Maya in Extra. Ikaruga was, and so this man got cucked by fucking Extraverse Takeru of all people. So how cool can you really be, right? Yeah, no, he's a dork ass. I don't think he's the worst in the F tier, but there's no fucking points where I was like, or like even as like an antagonist where I was like, ooh, that was some cool antagonist shit you did there. Like, no, nothing like that. The Elder Makabe, I don't know which one of Seijiro's brothers this is. Doesn't really matter. He was a Makabe. He's like Ikaruga. Ikaruga is like right-hand man. I'd say he was a bit better of an antagonist, really. I think I can give him points up there. I'll throw him in C tier because he was just kind of, a devious little shit, but like, he played a much better antagonist than Ikaruga did, just in my opinion. He was enjoyable enough as an antagonist where I was just like, you know what? I don't totally hate the guy. Like, I dislike him because he is the antagonist, but at the same time, like, as a character, I'm like, not bad, not bad. Yusuke's dad, in the beginning, because of Yusuke, you kind of don't like him, but then you kind of do. He kind of makes up for it, maybe, I guess. Fucking B tier, I don't care. Ironside, you were Derek Ironside, right? That's your name, Ironside? You're fucking Canadian general dude. He was cool. He had some good moments. He was there briefly, but he was solid. I'll give him A tier. He's earned it. Not Brigitte. Bridget. You're Bridget, right? That's Brigitte. You're Bridget. Or am I completely butchering your name? I hope not. Brigitte La Tigre de la Rivière. The only good French person we've ever met in this fucking series. Also pee-pee happy. Anyway, what was your name? Leah, French woman. Leah, French woman. Okay, so first off, French. That's marks off already. Crazy bitch. Marks off. Crazy French bitch. Sorry. Your name, don't remember you. I mean, I remember you. I don't remember your name. Limo driver and Extra. He drifted a limo. That's pretty poggers. And then in alternative, he was one of the pilots of one of the ships that were getting blasted down by lasers, trying to protect the Susanoo. He was cool. He was cool. I'm not gonna put him in B tier, but he's definitely gonna be on the lower end of A tier. He was cool. Let's scroll down. Next up, we're going to have Mitsuko Kozuki from Kimi Ita. Obviously, I have not played Kimi Ita, but here's the thing: she's a Kozuki, pee-pee happy A tier. Come at me, I dare you. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, at me. I don't care. Do it. Let's see, we got next on this list. Bunch of Kimi Ita characters I don't care about. I believe this is Takayuki from Kimi no Uso. So obviously I have not read Kimi no Uso, but I have watched Rumbling Hearts, and that's what I'm going to base my judgment off of. And in Rumbling Hearts, he was kind of a little pissy bitch boy. I ain't gonna front. Even after he hooked up with Mitsuki, he was a pissy bitch boy. All the way up to the end. It wasn't even that much of a happy ending. He was a pissy bitch boy. I'm not gonna lie, Takayuki kind of fucking sucks. F tier. Fuck him. But you know who I like even less than Takayuki? Shinji Taira. Now, from what I understand, Shinji does have some good moments, and he does play some good parts in different routes in Kimi no Uso, but in Rumbling Hearts, he was a fucked up little dude who at first I was like, hell yeah, Mitsuki was getting harassed by this drunk guy, right? Mitsuki was also very drunk. She was leaving a bar, I think, and she was getting harassed by this guy in the street, and then Shinji comes up, he's like, hey, back off my homie, and I'm like, yeah, go Shinji, stand up for your homies. And he's like, you ain't gonna fucking have take advantage of this drunk woman, knocks him to the ground. I'm like, yeah, and he's like, I am, and I'm like, wait, what? Shinji, no. And then, he takes advantage of a drunk woman who's clearly not in her right mind, and then in the morning she ends up regretting it, and she's like, why the fuck didn't you stop me? And that whole morning after scene fucking killed me. It's a phenomenal scene, but god, it's heart-wrenching. I fucking hate it. Fuck you, Shinji. Eat shit. Ayu Daikiji. I love this little shit. Ayu is fucking great. I fucking love her. She is such a little bastard. But like in the most endearing way possible. She is such a little shit and I love it. Once again, basing this solely off of the Rumbling Hearts anime. Obviously I have not read Kimi no Uso. I know she has her own route in Kimi no Uso, which is interesting. I'd like to see that. But yeah, no, Ayu Daikiji, I fucking love you. You know what? I love you enough. You're going in S tier. I fucking love you, you little shit. You're a crazy little bitch. I love you. Let's see here. Then we got Mayu. Mayu was good. Like, Ayu and Mayu are like Kimi no Uso's versions, essentially, of the Three Idiots. But they're better. So much better. So much better. So yeah, Mayu, I give Mayu A tier. The green-haired nurse. She really, if we're going based off of just the Rumbling Hearts anime, she appears, right? She has some moments where she shows up. I don't think she has any speaking lines from what I can remember. Really no presence in the anime. But if you've looked into Kimi no Uso, you know what Miss Green-Haired Nurse is capable of. She's fucking crazy. She's fucking crazy. No doubt about it. She's got some fucking real weird fucking mental issues, my guy. She's going in the old F tier. That bitch cray. These two nurses, ladies, here's the thing, I don't remember much of ya. You showed up. I remember one of them, like, eventually, I think you're the one who eventually leaves and then she's left on her own. Maybe it's vice versa. They're there. They really don't do much. Maybe they play more of a role in the actual visual novel. I don't know. In the anime, they were just kind of there. I liked them enough. I wouldn't say they're A tier material, though. So I'm gonna put both of them up in B tier. They existed. Okay, so now this first row is just all a bunch of characters I don't know, so I'm gonna go ahead and like rearrange it. I'm gonna scroll down real quick, rearrange this list a bit, and put some characters I know of. Fill this top row up with some actual characters I know about, yeah? Alright, so we move some characters around now. We got... I feel like I should know these dudes, right? These guys are like some admirals of some ships, right? Like, maybe they played a role in Alternative, maybe they played a role in some other entry. I feel like I should know them. I feel like I do recognize them in some capacity. If they are who I think they are, like generals or people serving on boats who did something important, I'll go ahead and throw them up in the B tiers. Because they were there. I don't dislike them, but they're not amazing. If they are who I think they are. This bitch. She was okay in Alternative. In Chizura's route in Altered Fable, however, she's not good. Not good. She's an F. I don't like her. She's not good. She's not good. I hate to say it, but also I don't hate to say it because she sucks. Not good. Next up, Yui, my fucking wife. I love you. Easy S tier. Come on. Come on. Did you even watch that playthrough? Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But yeah, if you watch my Total Eclipse playthrough, you know I fucking love Yui. And I do. I fucking adore her. She's amazing. I love her. I need a separate Yui tier. There's just something special about her. Next up is Iwaya. Iwaya's cool. I liked Iwaya. I never got really any bad vibes from him. He didn't really do anything to where I'd put him up in S tier, but you know, I think Iwaya's earned himself an A tier. I like Iwaya. He was a solid dude. Mr. Takamura, I don't... Yui's dad, don't remember your name. I'm sure Heine Man said it at some point. Mentioned him by name. He was like, oh, dude. Dude. Feel like he had a name. Don't remember. We really don't see much of him. We really don't know much. I don't know if he had like a bigger part in, what was it? Teito Muyo, I believe is the name of the... It's, you know, Yui's little prequel story that was supposed to be a part of Total Eclipse, but you know, Anchor likes being assholes. We really don't know much about him, but we do know that, yo, he definitely cared about his kids in some capacity. He obviously cared about Yui quite a lot. And in some capacity he did. You kind of get the vibe he did care about Yuya in some capacity. He just couldn't be there for his son like that, right? I don't think he was a bad guy. Did some dumb stuff, sure, but I don't think he was a bad guy. I think he's earned himself an A. We don't see much of him. We really don't know much about him. I think he's earned himself an A. Yui's mom, on the other hand, we know nothing about. Once again, I don't know if she shows up and has a stronger presence in Yui's prequel story, but we don't know her. We don't know her. We know who she is, but like once again, like with her dad, we don't know him, but we know enough of his actions to where we can like kind of judge him a bit and say and kind of like get a vibe of him and know that he was kind of an alright guy. Miss Mom though, nothing. You big ol' nothing. Yuya, my guy. Yuya isn't the worst, right? But he's a fucking dense motherfucker, and that gets on my nerves so goddamn bad sometimes. Such a fucking dense idiot. He's got heart, right? He's about his homie shit. Well, he was until, for some reason Ajay wanted to, lock down on Kriska being the main love interest, which was fucking dumb. I understand there were some scandals during production of Total Eclipse, which led to them, rushing the product. Okay, you can't place it solely on them, which also you can. But like, if they were gonna lock down and pick one love interest, I don't know why. The clearly set up Yui got written off as a sibling, and then they locked in on Kriska. But yeah, that route where he kind of he doesn't abandon his homies, right? But it's the whole moment where he finally does something for, how do I describe it? He doesn't abandon the homies, but he's doing something for himself. He's acting out of his own interest. He's not trying to do something to prove he's not trying to prove something to anyone. He's not trying to do this for anyone else's sake. He's doing it solely for him, right? And the homies understand because they about that homie shit. But that shines better on the homies than it does Yuya. Yuya was solid in like the first half of Total Eclipse, and I feel like in that back half where everything just kind of started to fall apart, so did Yuya's character as well. I like him enough to where I'm going to put him in A tier, but God, even during his best moments, he's such a dense fucking idiot. Sometimes it's funny and I can laugh at it. Sometimes it's like, God damn. I get it, he's American, but at some point you gotta say enough's enough. Next up, Vincent, the homie. The fucking homie. If you thought Matsukaze was a fucking bro, a fucking homie who was down there, who was down for his boy, nah. Vincent. My man's Vincent. I love that guy. I love this dude right here. Vincent is going in the S tier, absolutely. Vincent fucking Lowell, remember the name. Enya fucking creeps the shit out of me. That wasn't a bit. She genuinely does. I look into those eyes and I'm creeped out. Kasumi, I look into her eyes and I'm like, aw, sweetie, baby girl, I love you. I look into Enya's eyes and I'm like, I think there's a demon in you. Potentially there is. Yeah. Enya, did she have any moments I liked? Not really. She just creeps me out most of the time. C tier. And honestly, Kriska can join her in the C tier. I didn't like the Scarlet Twins all that much. I really didn't. Which is why when they decided, hey, we're going to lock in on Kriska's love interest, I really lost interest in the fucking story and where it was going. VG, Valerio Giacosa. Now listen, was he a horn dog? Yes. Was he the worst horn dog we've ever seen? No. Alright. Was he ultimately about that homie shit? He was. I think he's earned himself an A tier. Stella, once again, someone who's really about that homie shit. She, less so for Yuya, she really looked out for Yui, and obviously I appreciated that more. Like, obviously I get it. I would totally look out for Yui as well. But yeah, nah. Stella was great. Stella was great. Would I quite put her in S tier though? Was she great enough? Was she great enough to, just ascend that extra step to S tier? I could see the argument for it. She is voiced by Sayako Ohara. I love Sayako Ohara. Phenomenal voice actress. But is that enough? I just don't think it is. I think we gotta put Stella in A tier. She was good. Real good. Real fucking good. But S tier material, I'd say she just falls a bit short. Teresa, on the other hand, come on. Do y'all even have to ask? Do I even need to say anything? Do I even need to? That's the little homie. I love her. I love her so goddamn much. Teresa kicks ass. We love Teresa in this household. Natalie, French. I'll put her in C tier because ultimately she did, in an indirect way, try to do the right thing and try to help out the homies. But she was French terrorist, so French terrorist. This was the woman who was working with Yui on the railgun, right? That we saw for like 5 minutes, and then Yui went to Alaska. Yeah, you were there, homie. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You exist. Congratulations. Phoebe. I liked Phoebe. I liked Phoebe a whole lot. Not quite S tier, but she really understood what homie shit was about. She really knew what it meant to be a homie, especially right at the end. Like, that's a little homie right there. What was your name? Lita? I know your last name was Canales, right? From Spain. She was cool. Not cool. That's not the right word. I liked her enough. She was a goofball and an endearing one at that. We liked her. At some moments it could be a bit much, but for the most part, I'd say she earns an A tier. Sure. Rawamundo. See, unlike Phoebe and Lita, Rawamundo here just didn't have any strong moments. I don't dislike her, but like there's no strong moments, right? There's no really good moments to where I was like, hell yeah, Rawamundo, you go, girl. I just never felt that, right? She just kind of tagged along with these two. So, sorry, Rawamundo, you gotta go and beat. You just gotta. It's just the way the world works. Ibrahim Doglu, voiced by the man, the myth, the legend, Nakia Koyama. Doglu's great. We love Doglu. Is he S tier? Is he S tier? Easy A tier for sure. Is he S tier? Let us ponder. Is he S tier? I could see the argument for it. I could see the argument for it. If someone told me, hey, Doglu there, that's an S tier, I wouldn't argue it. I wouldn't argue. But where do I want to put him? That's the question. Solid moments, solid moments. Yo, they really try to play a lot of moments where they make you doubt him, but then he always comes back out on top. Of like, he's always looking out for like humanity and the good of humanity. He was about it. He was about it. Fuck it. Put him in S tier. I like him well enough. Next up, Latrova. Come on. That's Mother Russia right there. We love her. S tier. She's fucking awesome. Especially like even before like her final moments where she comes back, like that was great too. But God, her tag teaming with Yuya in the final moments were phenomenal. Her moments in what was it? Fucking the Russian base where they were doing like the joint tests and whatnot. Just solid. I love Latrova. I think her final in the final chapter of Total Eclipse really secured her as an S tier. Like, I love this character. She was an A tier like from the jump. Maybe not from the jump. When she was first introduced, I was like, kind of a bitch. But then like you understand as time goes on, like you totally get why she's kind of a bitch, because life has kind of shit on her a lot. But she's still a fucking amazing woman. I love her. Like I said, that final chapter, she just fucking went above and beyond. I love her. Her subordinate, Miss who the fuck whatever your name is, couldn't care less about. I think all of her underlings are kind of little jackasses, but once again, you can't totally pin that entirely. Oh wait, I wasn't even showing. You can't pin that entirely on them. We're gonna go ahead and hand it to the B tier. You exist. Sandek. Now Sandek's a bad guy, right? Sandek's a bad guy, like Ikaraga, like Sagiri. He's framed as the bad guy. What I will say is that Sandek was in my humble opinion, Sandek was the best human antagonist we've had in the fucking franchise. I will say that absolutely. I believe in my heart of hearts to be true. Now, like I'm sure someone's gonna bring up Schwarz's Marken. Once again, haven't read it, but out of what we've gotten localized thus far, I gotta say, so far, Mr. Jersey Sandek there is the best fucking human antagonist we've fucking had. He was a stellar antagonist. Even to the point to where, like, he's the bad guy. You know what he's doing is wrong. But at the same time, can you really be like, he's pure evil? There's not a good bone in his body? You can't truly say that, can you? Because the line he walks is so morally gray. You want to hate it, but can you truly? Sandek's an A tier. Phenomenal fucking villain. Phenomenal, like, villain isn't even the right word for him, honestly. He's just a phenomenal antagonist. Fucking great. Colonel Hartwick. Colonel Hartwick. The guy running old Project Prominence. I don't care. I really don't have any feelings towards him one way or the other. I hate to stuff it even further, but let's go B tier. Whoop whoop. His secretary, however, what was your name? Rint, something like that. I don't fucking know. You were so thirsty. It was so obvious she was thirsty for the Colonel's cock, and like she never got piped. So you're a fucking loser, C tier. If she would have actually managed to get the pipe, I might put her up in B tier. Like, damn girl, your efforts paid off, but it didn't pay off. You were just a virgin simp who didn't get no pipe. Sorry. Heine Man. Heine Man's a very selfish bastard, right? He does some of the right things, right? Not necessarily for the right reasons. I mean, he does, mitigate the situation with Yui. Not mitigate. Is mitigate the right word I'm looking for? I don't know. He does clarify Yui's situation which could be looked at as not necessarily a good thing, but still, I don't think it's a bad thing. Heine Man's one of those instances where I just kind of have real back and forth views on him. definitely some negatives to him. There's some positives to him. I think Heineman goes in B. Not because he's boring and there wasn't anything there, but because he's just, I'm kind of, I don't really know where you go, bud. This dude, what was it, the public relations guy? Fucking dork ass. He's not an irredeemable piece of shit, I don't think. But he was a dork ass that just, there were no good moments. he fucking sucked, dude. Leon Kuze. That's her name, right? Yeah, no, I liked him. I liked him. Even when he was first introduced, like, you could tell there was gonna be some good shit there. He's a good character. I like the growth of his relationship with Yuya. He's good. I like him. Kuze, I'd say he earns himself an A tier for sure. Sharon. Sharon's got a big ol' nothing burger. She shows up and just doesn't do shit. She shows up just to be like, oh yeah, I used to date Yuya, tee hee hee. And then also like, but you know, I'm also a good pilot, oh ho ho. I'm a lady doing cool shit, woohoo. Like, what are you doing though? Are you doing anything? Sure, you're a good pilot, but are you doing anything? You're not. You're there. That's it. B tier. Shut up. This motherfucker. I'm not gonna say your name. Fuck you. That's all I got to say. Fuck you. Get a different name, jackass. Sven. Captain Sven. We don't see much of him, but we do see that, like, yo, he was trying to bring out the real potential in Yuya. He saw the potential. He wanted to bring it out in him. So he tried to, stay neck and neck with him, like, as much as he could. He tried to keep the pace with him as much as he could. Not just in the situation where he ended up dying, but, like, he was there trying to, make Yuya the best he could, right? He was looking out for his subordinates. You like to see it. I'll give Sven an A. Keith Blazer really doesn't do shit. He shows up and says like 5 lines, but I don't hate the guy, so B tier. Sife. This is already one where I have extreme opinions on. She's got some great moments. She's got some awful moments. I don't know if I could lean one way or the other, whether I like her more than I dislike her, or I dislike her more than I like her. She's a crazy bitch. B tier. And now Sui's subordinates, you get C tier just because of your fucking ugly haircut. Get a different haircut. These other two, they didn't do much. They were there. Why the fuck did it put you over there? They existed, but at least they didn't have whack-ass haircuts. Fuck you. Mira Bridges. She's just a mom who wanted the best for her son, and I love that. I love that for her. She's just a mom who wanted the best for her son. You gotta respect that. That's an A tier. I like her. Old man Bridges. He was the fucking jackass. They can go back and say, oh, but in reality, he was still looking out for Yuya too. But well, he was a fucking jackass. I'll give him C tier because sure, he tried to help out Yuya. He was a fucking jackass. Valentine. Once again, a good antagonist. A solid antagonist. Total Eclipse, came at us with some good human antagonists. I'll give it that much. Definitely gave us some good ones. Valentine was solid. Where would I put her though? Did I like her enough as an antagonist to put her up in A tier though? To say she was a great character? I'm gonna say not quite. I'd say she's B tier. I'll put her in like the higher end of B tier probably, but I just don't see her really going up there, Giselle really didn't do much. It's unfortunate. She's voiced by Ayane Sakura, who is my favorite Japanese voice actress. I love her, but God, she didn't do much. I almost want to put her in C tier. Because, she showed up just to fucking die. What did you really accomplish? Yeah, I don't think you were quite on Valentine's level. I think you gotta go in C tier. Christopher, you're just a fucking douche. Fuck you. Martika. I guess you had a sort of redeemable moment at the end. So I'll give you C tier. She was a jackass for the short time she was around, but she had that sort of she had a redemption moment where she brought Enya back from the edge, and we can respect that, I guess. Fucking one of the fucking guy. I don't fucking remember. It's some Russian name. Wasn't that important. He was the guy who worked with Sandek during the whole Red Shift incident with the fucking RLF. He existed, kind of a dickhole, but did he really do anything that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe he did that, what a fucking asshole? Like, nah, B tier, he was okay, he was alright. Believ, fucking pussy, just a fucking pussy, just a little fucking bitch boy, absolute fucking puss nugget. What was your name? Belakine? I think that was your name. You don't really see much of him, but you hear about his actions through Latrova, so you hear, like, he's not necessarily a good guy, but, you know, he's not a die-hard nationalist. He's willing to, like, question his subordinates and be like, maybe some fucking sneaky shit's afoot, right? So, I'd say, yo, good old Belakine, we'll put him in high B tier. He's a B tier. He doesn't really do anything outstanding, but, yo, he's not a bad guy. Rogovsky, however, fucking bitch boy. Just like Believ here, bitch boy. Absolute bitch boy. So, I think looking down at this list of characters, that's going to do it for the ones I know. That I actually know of, but there is one last character I want to place on this list because they annoy the absolute fucking shit out of me. I've seen way too much of them on my timeline, and honestly, I gotta speak my truth here. Beatrix is fucking nasty. She's nasty. How y'all looking at that and getting hard? This bitch look like a motherfucker that would suck my dick for crack behind a Denny's. I'm tired of motherfuckers posting images of Beatrix on my fucking timeline being like, ooh, Ajay peaked with this one. No, they didn't. They made a nasty crack whore. Y'all getting hard for a crack whore. There are actual Kozkis. There are Kozkis in existence, my friend. You have Yukos and that one and Mitsuko's. Drop dead bombshells, my guy. And y'all getting hard for the Denny's crack whore. Y'all getting hard for the bitch who's gonna suck your dick for a rock at 3 a.m. behind a Denny's. That's what y'all getting hard for. That's what y'all like. Sickening. But that does it for all the characters I know. The rest of these, yo, obviously either Schwarzes Marken or Kimita, Kiminozo, or just characters I don't know enough about, like the Last Divers crew. And so now it's time to do the difficult task, right? You may thinking, oh my god, I'm looking at my fucking timer now. I've recorded for 2 hours. 2 whole hours. What more could I possibly bring to the table? Well, you see, we gotta sort them out. We gotta sort them out. This isn't a final list. We gotta sort them out within their tiers. So let's take it from the fucking bottom and work our way to the top. Of course, we gotta save number 1 for last. It's supposed to be a surprise. Come on. Let's see. Who's the worst of the worst? Fuck, that's actually a tough question. Okay, actually, let's look at this and be like, who is the least worst of the group? I'm gonna say this little kid just because he's a kid. He's a jackass. He's annoying. He does the wrong shit, but he's a kid. Yo, he's scared and just trying to help. You can't fault him too much on that. I'll give Shinji a pass up. He was a fucking... He fucked up big time in Rumbling Hearts, but I know he's got some good moments where he's actually just a good dude. Yo, he's just a good guy who tries to do the right thing, I think. Let's see, who else we got on this list? I guess, yo, in comparison of everyone else on this list, yo, Takayaki, he does some fucked up shit. Alright, no denying it. There are some routes he does some fucked up shit. I've read into it. But there's also some moments where he does some good stuff. he can do some good things. But also in comparison to everyone else, yeah, he's kind of a bit better than everyone else. Arai was a misogynist jackass, but I don't think he's like the worst of the worst. I'll put him up there. Now we're getting like down to the people who've done like real bad shit. I'll put Ikaruga up a bit more. He's a devious little shit, but is he like truly atrocious? Yeah, I wouldn't say so. So what's worse, guys? I gotta ask. Pedophilia or war crimes? I'm just curious. What's your take on it? Leave it in a comment below. What's worse? Actually, don't discuss that in my comments. YouTube's not gonna like that. Please don't discuss that in my comments. God, this is a tough one, actually. I guess I'll keep Sagiri up there, because an alternative, like, yo, he was fighting for the right cause. Well, not necessarily, but he was fighting with the right intentions, I guess. We'll put him up there. I'll move her up here. She attempted to sexually assault Chizuru in Altered Fable, which is just to try to get a rise out of Takeda. Just be like, no, I'm trying to prove to him that he needs to be a man. So what am I gonna do? I'm going to try to sexually assault the girl he has a crush on. That's gonna do it. Yeah, no, this bitch got problems, but she never actually does any. Well, no, she's an F tier for a reason. All right, she does bad things, and there's no really redeeming qualities. But compared to these other people at the end of the list, not nearly as bad, right? This bitch makes life a living hell for Takayuki in some instances, but is she really a menace to society? I don't know. I haven't read the fucking story. I couldn't tell you for sure. But really, she only has one person that she really fucking ruins the life of, and it's, you know, that's better than, like, the crazy shit these people do. Let's see. Honestly, as much as I hate the Denny's crack whore, I don't know much about her. I really don't. So I don't think it's fair to put her above these ones I know are just fucking shit people. I will put crazy French bitch over Christopher. Christopher was just a fucking maniacal crazy bastard. She was at least trying to fight for her country, and she had like some patriotic pride going on. He's just a fucking crazy bastard. And then God damn. Picking between Christopher, Belyaev, and Rogovsky is actually a very difficult one to ask who's the worst. They're all... These two are like big bitch pussy boys. Like, he'll fucking fight if he needs to, alright? He'll fucking step up to the plate. These two are pussy boys. Little bitch pussy boys. Now, which of these little bitch pussy boys is the worst, though? That is the true question. I think it's got to be Rogovsky. I think Rogovsky's got to be the biggest little bitch pussy boy, because even in the final chapter of Total Eclipse, even Belyaev was standing up to Rogovsky and saying, "Hey, you're a punk bitch. Let me do my thing. Fuck off." And Rogovsky's just like, "Oh, yeah, fine. Fuck you too." So like, even Rogovsky is such a punk bitch that even Belyaev snapped on him and put him in his place. Like, imagine being such a little bitch that this little fucking Twinkie bastard right here puts you in your place. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright. So going into C tier. Let's see. Who would I say is the best out of this group? Probably Chizuru. Like I said, I do like Chizuru. She had a solid route and extra. It's just everything else was just very mid at best. God, like, looking at characters, well, that's the thing. C tier is for characters that I generally dislike, so I'm looking at this, like, trying to find characters. I'm like, so which one of these did I, somewhat like? And it's like, none of them. I guess we'll bring Kriska up. Kriska wasn't all bad, and neither was Enya. Well, they're kind of like a package deal, right? We'll move them up. They're alright. Actually, I'll put Yuhi above those two. I'm not a fan of Yuhi, but I definitely would take her over Kriska and Inia for sure. And then I guess Renzo, he's not the worst of the worst. He's a fucking... I don't like his story at all, but like, in comparison, like, there's much worse on this list, right? And then Haruka, she's bland as hell. I don't care for her much. Gets on my nerves a little bit, but, you know, like I said, in comparison, not the worst one here. Chinese lady, your haircut offends me that much that you're this low, but I'll move you up here, sure. Let's see. This is tough. I think we'll move Komaki up. I think she had enough decent moments where she could probably be boosted up a bit. So let's start to focus on who's worse then. Who's worse? Try to like, balance it out. We got like who are the better ones. Now it's like who's more the worst one. We'll move Martika up a bit too, because she had a good redemption moment at the end. Well, I'll give her that plus up. Giselle showed up, did nothing. Old man was racist, and then was like, oh, but I tried for the boy. But you were still kind of a jackass. I'm gonna put you even below Giselle. Fuck you. He who shall not be named just didn't do anything. I just really fucking hate your name, dude. Really fucking hate your name. I'll move you up because that's the sole reason I dislike you. Otherwise, you'd be a B tier character if you had like a decent name, but you're just that fucking shit that your name is just that fucking shit that I just don't like you in the slightest. French terrorist, you gotta go down a peg. Doesn't matter if she tried to do the right thing, that's a French terrorist, baby. It's because she tried to do the right thing towards the end that she's even in C tier, otherwise she'd be sitting down in the Fs. For French. Now it's just a battle of who is the most annoying. I'd have to say the one that probably got on my nerves the most. Okay, Makabe never got on my nerves, so I'll give him a plus up next to that guy. In terms of like annoying, God, I honestly, the one that probably annoyed me the most was Takamiya. Ugh. Just ugh, you know? Then probably the three idiots. I dislike Tomoe just a bit more than Ebisu, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Rint was annoying. Should have gotten the pipe. Ho. Skiji, I'd say, was a bit more annoying than the PR guy. And there's our C tier. I think that's pretty solid. Then there's the absolute behemoth that is the B tier. So I think Maya earns her place at the top of B tier. I don't think there's anyone that really takes that from her. Anyone in this list? No, not really. I'll move C up a bit because I did get some enjoyment out of her. That's the problem with this tier, is that so many of these characters, I don't fucking care. I just don't fucking care. Okay, let me just move up some characters I actually gave a bit of a shit about. Not actually, a proper ranking, but just like, something to work with. Where they had something going for them. God, there's just not much though. God, there's just not much. So many of these characters, just not much going for them. They certainly are real characters in a fictional story. Absolutely. I guess we'll put Luna up. No, I'm not gonna put her above C. Kashiwagi. Should I put Kashiwagi higher? Did I like Kashiwagi more than Sui? No. Did I like her more than Luna? I don't know. Yeah, we'll put her above Luna, sure. Luna above that one, sure. Lilia, I'll put her above that one. Lilia above Luna, yeah. Luna wasn't that good, come on, let's be honest. But I will put Luna above that one. Cosma, don't care. Paul, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Alright, then let's get fucking real base animal instinct with it, and let's just say pee-pee happy. So, you go down here because I'm pretty sure that's a child. Definitely not pee-pee happy. Let's see. Any other people we need to knock down a peg? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're too young. Bring it down. No. Nope. Let's see. Paul, that's a fucking man right there. Anyone think they can top Paul? Anyone think they can top Paul in the pee-pee happy competition? Listen, Ellen, I don't like you, but there's no denying you got the bod. You can't deny that. Ooh, but Sharon though? Ooh, but Sharon though? Ooh, but Sharon though? Ooh, but Sharon though. Like, if we're talking just on the pee-pee happy scale, like Sharon though? Heine, oh god. Old man, Heine man, yeah, you could drop down a peg. God, even going by the pee-pee happy scale, there's just not much to work with here. Irma had it going on. I'll give her that much. Yeah, I'll put her above Cosma. I won't put Cosma above Piatek, but she had it going on. Yeah, whoever the fuck, Sanai Kobayashi's character. Let's see. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're a child. You're a child. Don't know why I didn't catch that sooner. Actually, yeah, oh god, Shizuku's absolutely a child. I like her a bit more than these two. Just in general as a character, but like that's definitely a child, and so are you. Yeah. I really have no other way of ranking these characters. Like, there's the characters I have like some actual opinions on that are up top. They're up top because I actually have opinions on them. Then if we just go by the PP hard scale, like, yo, children down low, old man, and not even like, yo, a handsome old man. Actually, this picture of Heartwick isn't flattering. Bring him down. Honestly, he wasn't really that attractive in the first place. But like this old man, that's not bad. Actually, Yusuke's dad can come down a bit too. Yeah, you ain't got the looks. Everyone else, like, they're not terrible. They're not terrible look-wise, but I just don't have any strong opinions on them. These guys, they got some looks to them, and god, look at that mustache, Paul. Come on. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave B tier there. Like I said, this is the tier for just characters I don't care. Like, the whole point is that I have no strong feelings towards them. A tier. Now we're starting to get into the thick of it. Now this is where shit starts to get just a bit real. Oh, fuck. God, I know I'm gonna hate this. It's gonna get real difficult when we get up here, but okay, so let's just start from the top and work our way down. Play who's better than who. Is Mikoto better than Takeru? No. Is Miki's dad better than Mikoto? No. Is Kamio better than Miki's dad? No. Is Isumi better than Kamio? Absolutely. Better than Miki's dad? Absolutely. Better than Mikoto? I'd say so. Better than Takeru? I'd say so. Yeah. Munakata. Mumu Nakata. Better than Kamio. Better than Miki's dad, better than Mikoto, better than Takeru. Walkin, better than Kamio, better than Miki's dad, better than Mikoto, not quite better than Takeru. Yoroi, better than Kamio, better than Miki's dad, not quite better than his own daughter though. Kyosuke clears. Mikoto? Kyosuke Mikoto, yeah, we'll put her there. Henry Gitsin, I'd say he's better than Kamio. Is he better than Miki's dad? Yes. Better than Yoroi? Yes. Better than Kyosuke? Yes. Better than Mikoto? No. Helga Rose. Better. Is Helga Rose better than Henry? That's a tough one. I'm gonna say no. In fact, you know what? Let's give Kyosuke the props she deserves. Let's give Yoroi the props she deserves. I'm getting a little bit out of myself here. I will put her above Miki's dad, but not much higher. Seijiro. Dork ass. Would I put him above Kamio? Yeah. But not above Miki's dad. Bidji, listen, that's a purely PP hard kind of game. She's not better than Kamio. She's got the looks. Eye patch mommy for real, but is she better than Kamio? Let's keep it a buck. No. Kosuke number 1 potentially, maybe number 2. Don't know. You're the Kosuke whose name I don't know. That's the whole thing. But like I said, Rumbling Hearts really stood out to me as like, damn, she's actually pretty good. Definitely with Seijiro. Miki's dad, yeah. Luna, yeah. Yoroi. They're two wildly different characters, because what really makes me like this Kosuke here is her moments in Rumbling Hearts, which is a lot more dramatic compared to Yoroi just being comedic relief. I think his moments were just a bit better, in my opinion. Will, my guy. Will. Clears. Better than Kyosuke? Clears. Will and Henry. Ooh, that's a tough call. Will or Henry? Ooh. We're just gonna set him here. Let's ponder. Let's stop and ponder. I think I'll put Henry above Will. I think we'll keep it where it's at. I think that's safe. Daryl. Daryl. I honestly don't know if I liked her more than Kamio. Daryl was good. Did I like her that much though? I genuinely like Kamio. This isn't me just memeing because, oh, she kind of cute. Like, I genuinely, like, there's a vibe to Kamio that I like. I'll put Daryl above it. Okay. Seijiro, yeah. Miki's dad, yeah. Luna, yeah. But I don't think she beats out Cigarette Kosuke. Kusumoto, cutie, we love her. In terms of like actual character, she's great, but in terms of like what she accomplishes, what she's about, I'd say she's got a bit more to her than Brigitte does. But genuinely, I think I like Kamio a bit better. Rina, bad bitch in space. We love to see it. Let's see, what all does she accomplish though? She accomplishes quite a bit. She's kind of a bad bitch. We kind of like her. Yeah. Yeah. Does she top Funny Man Yoroi though? That's a tough hill to climb. Does she top Funny Man Yoroi? Yeah. Yeah, she do. And like even Henry, well, she helped Henry. She helped Henry a bit. I think that's a good spot for her. Ogami. Right there. Not much better, not much higher up there. Chief Mechanic, he's a good guy. We like him. I will say he offers some sage wisdom on occasion. He can be a bit funny at times. Won't put him above Daryl though. Derek Ironside. Yeah, like I said, the reason Brigitte keeps getting knocked down is because honestly she's up there because PP hard. But Bridget, or which one's Bridget? Which one's Brigitte? I feel like you're Bridget. You're Brigitte. I don't know. But cute, angry French woman, the only good Frenchie we've ever met. Definitely above Witzelby in terms of PP hard. Derek. Yeah, she did a bit more than Derek. Yeah, I liked her more than Nogami. More than Kusumoto? No. This guy. This guy. Hey, this guy. That guy. Yeah, that guy. I don't have that strong of feelings for him. He did some good shit. God damn, do I put him below Derek though? Do I put him below Derek? Yeah. Mitsuko, listen. Mitsuko got up here because PP hard, and let me tell you, PP hard. All right, absolutely clears Brigitte. There is no question. Did I say your name was Witzelbin? No, Luna Teresi is Witzelbin. You're Vosternacht. I just realized I got their names mixed up at some point. Mayu, definitely not up here because PP hard. But clear. She's just a goofy comedic character. I'd say she doesn't go much higher though. She's not like a super good comedic character like Yoroi. She's not or Miki's dad. She's not like a killer comedic character, but she's up there. She's good. She definitely tops obviously she's got more to her. She's not a PP hard character. These are PP hard characters, right? Iwaya, also PP hard, but also definitely a good guy. We like him. I wouldn't put him up that high though. I feel like these guys definitely left a better impression, right? Yeah, Yui's dad. He's not really going much higher. Yuya definitely puts in the work, right? Do I like him more than Rina? Yeah, Henry Gitson. Yeah. Do I like Yuya more than Mikoro? Yeah. Do I like him more than Walken? No. Walken's the superior American here, let's be honest. Valeria Giocosa. VG. Yeah, let's see. He does the homie shit, which is the shit I like. I like homies who do that homie shit. So that definitely scores him some big points, but I don't think it moves him up too high up. Stella. Great character, also PP hard, so she's got the combo going for you there. Definitely above Giocosa here. Definitely above Giocosa. But I think that's just where she goes. Phoebe, Lil Hami. We love Lil Hami. I'm gonna put her right in between these two. I don't think she's better than Stella, but she's definitely better than VG. Lita. She's aight. She's aight, you know? I think she was more comedic relief than anything. I put her slightly above Mayu, but that's about it. Sandek. Once again, because he's just such a good fucking antagonist. So good. We gotta put him up here. Definitely in this top row for sure. Do I put Sandek above Yuya? Is that a step too far? Is it a step too far to put her above Mikoto? I won't put him above Yuya. That's just a step too far, but he's definitely going up there. Kuze. He's good. We like him. But how much do we like him? I do like him more than Daryl. I do like him more than VG. I don't like him more than Phoebe. Sven. Not too high up on the list. Like I said, he had a solid introduction, but I don't think I'll put him like above Yui's dad just because we don't see much of Yui's dad. And then Yuya's mom. Let's see here. Where do we put Yui's mom? Above VG. That'd be an absolute insult to put her below. Above Leo. I'll put her right in there. There. There's our S tier, nice and sorted out. But now, my friends, it's time for the main event. Alright, it's time for the main event. It's time to decide once and for all who is my absolute favorite. Now, honestly, I've gone into this list knowing already who my absolute favorite was. I know I mentioned earlier that I've redone this video, but even the first time I did this video, I already knew who my number one was. I've known from the jump who my number one was. Even after playing Total Eclipse and getting some new number ones, as we see here, some new S tiers, I mean, yeah, I already knew who my number one was. I already knew. But we're going to work our way from the bottom and work our way up, because this is what we're going to do. So Latrova, I love her. Is she better than Dogalu? Here comes the hot take, baby. In my personal opinion, I'm putting Latrova above Dogalu. That's just me. Teresa, oh come on, clears. Does she clear Vincent? Yeah. But does Teresa clear Yui? Now that's the big question here, because these are my top two fucking favorites coming out of Total Eclipse. Does she clear Yui? No. No, I love Yui way too damn much. IU here, like she's up there because she's a funny girl from Rumbling Hearts, alright? Just really funny girl. But, you know, just funny girl. Matsukaze, he's about that homie shit, but like he's definitely inferior to Vincent for sure. Latrova clears. I'd say even Dogalu clears. He's good. I like him, but he's not that good. Yusuke. All right. Now things are starting to get a little exciting in here. Yusuke. Am I putting Yusuke above Yui? I'm not. Am I putting Yusuke above Teresa? I'm not. This is hard to hear, because God, I loved Yusuke, but I mean, I still do love Yusuke. Am I putting Yusuke above Vincent? Now, this is a tough one, because both of them are really about supporting their homies. But I think Vincent's more of a team player. Yusuke really likes, you know, Hibiki, right? Vincent's that team player. I really like Vincent. He's just such a homie, and I love that about him. Do I put Yusuke above Latrova? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, actually, for me. I really like Latrova, but do I think like what I got out of her in Total Eclipse is enough to top Yusuke? I don't think so, bud. I don't think so. Alright, Hibiki, my guy. Like I said, he's my favorite protagonist in the franchise. I love him to death. Yui clears. For sure. Teresa clears, for sure. I think Hibiki's about the squad too. I don't think he's quite as much of a loyal down homie as Vincent is. I really don't. I like Vincent that much, dude. I like Hibiki a bit more than Yusuke. I think as a pro tag, he's just that good. But I think these three, they're just a solid. This is a solid trio right here. It's gonna take some top tier characters up here to break up my Total Eclipse trio. All right. Melvina, I like her. Does she beat the trio? Fuck no. Is Melvina better than Hibiki? Nah, not Yusuke either. I'd even say Latrova's a bit better than Mel. I like Mel a lot. She really left an impact on me, but I don't think she's that top tier when you actually compare. Same with Dogalu. Would I put Mel above Matsukaze? No. I'm sorry, Mel. I love you, but it's just not happening. Gerhard von Rollerstein. I fucking love this goofy bastard. He's not clearing the trio. He's not clearing the trio. Does he clear Hibiki? No. Nor Yusuke. Or Latrova. Like, he's good, but does he clear Dogalu? That's the thing. Does he clear Dogalu? Dogalu's good. Dogalu's real good, right? Real fucking good. But do we put Gerhardt above Doglu? Because I do like Gerhardt a lot. Also, it's a battle of the fucking Yakuza voice actors. We got Takia Kuroda, the voice of Kiryu Kazuma from, the main protagonist of several Yakuza games. Also, Rikio Koyama, the voice of Taiga Saejima from Yakuza 4 or 5. Brief appearance in 6, brief appearance in 7. That's a tough one for me. That is legitimately a tough one for me. Because God, Doglu's got some solid moments, but Gerhardt, even though he played a more comedic role in Adoration, there's definitely more of a serious side to him. You saw when they actually sauteed. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, ultimately, I think it's gonna come down to a battle of the voices, and Takia Kuroda, man, I love that voice. Ilfride, God damn it, don't do me like that. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. I love these two so goddamn much. They're both wives. That's what's gonna be so difficult about really sorting this out. I love these I'm sorry, Elfride. I'm sorry. Is Ilfi better than Teresa? That's... Okay, let me just set her down. I'm not finalizing that choice yet, but I'm just gonna set her down there. Because I need to ponder. It's pondering time, boys. Does Ilfi clear Teresa? That was a tough one for me. Another big part of it is trying to, weed out recency bias. Obviously, Total Eclipse fresh in my mind, and while the overall story I wasn't the biggest fan of, I did say that probably some of my favorite characters in the franchise, just in general. Phenomenal cast of characters. While the story itself was a bit lacking in my opinion, it's... The characters though, they're so good. And Teresa, she's up there. She's the little homie. But Ilfi is just that lovable puppy dog, right? She's that lovable little dumbass that would just... She cares about everyone. Like Vincent's that loyal homie, right? But Ilfi, she just got love for everyone. She's just so lovable. God, I want to give her a hug. And she wants to give hugs. We know this. We know this. Y'all know how much. Listen, if you followed my Muv-Luv journey even slightly, you'll know how much I'm about hugging, alright? Love hugging. And Ilfrida, she bout it. Ilfi bout it when it comes to the hug, alright? But I love Teresa so much. She's my little gremlin. She's a short queen. We love her. She's a sassy little shit. God damn it. This one's legitimately hurting my brain. And that's the thing. Ilfi is already an S tier character for me. But there's so much more potential for it, right? There's the potential that, if Ajay can actually kick their asses into gear, we might get the actual Eurofront story with Ilfride. We might actually get a full fucking story out of it, to where Ilfi has even more chances to prove herself as an amazing fucking character. Teresa's story is probably just, it's done. Teresa's story's been told. What we're gonna get of Teresa, and it was and Teresa herself is a phenomenal character in a okay story. But we're not going to see more of Teresa is the thing. We've seen all we've got to see of Teresa, and while I love her to death, truly, Ilfi is something special. She's already got that big of a place in my heart, right? Already has that big of a place in my heart, and I've only seen a couple hours of her, right? And there's potentially so much more to explore with her. I think Ilfi's gonna take that spot. I don't think she clears Yui. Yui's got a real special place in my heart. She fucking showed up and she changed me, man. But Ilfi's something special. She's gonna keep that place. So next up we have Mitsuki Hayase. Love her. Love her. She got done so dirty. But I love her. She got done so dirty in the Rumbling Hearts anime. She deserves so much better. But she's still a queen. I still love her. But I ain't putting her above Teresa. I just ain't doing that. I ain't putting her above the king homie himself. Do I put her above Hibiki? No. Do I put Mitsuki over Yusuka? Yes. Yes. Not just because, I'm sympathetic towards Mitsuki. Not just because Mitsuki deserves a dub. I do genuinely, after just Rumbling Hearts, care about Mitsuki that much. She is genuinely that important to me. I like her. I love her. She's great. And when you couple what we got out of the Rumbling Hearts anime with what I've seen in Alternative and followed up in Altered Fable, I love Mitsuki. She's great. I love her. Kasumi, my baby girl. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't know where to put my baby girl. I don't think she clears this trio. Yui, Ilfi, Teresa, that's a hard-hitting combo right there. Ooh. Baby girl. Baby girl. Baby girl. She's just my baby girl. I love her, and I just want her to be happy and have fun and not be creeped on by pedos, but unfortunately that last one's not happening. Do I put my precious baby girl above the big homie? The homie. I'm having to pick between my daughter and my best friend at this point. This hurts my brain. And even worse, it hurts my heart. I think I would definitely put Kasumi above Hibiki if I had to pick. We're gonna set her down here. I gotta ponder. I gotta step back and ponder. I love her. I just want her to be happy. She deserves it. She's a sweetheart. Who's been through so much, who just needs a little love in her life, you know? Not that kind. Calm down, weirdos. But Vincent, he's the homie. He's the loyal dude. He's the one who's about it for his boys. He goes hard for the squad, not just for one boy. He ain't just got that one homie. He's got that one homie that he's ride or die for, but he goes hard for the whole squad. He's a good dude. We love our boy Vincent. But that's my baby girl. That's my little sweetheart. Come on. Don't make me pick like this. Don't make me do it. I gotta do it. No one's making me. I fucking told myself I had to fucking film this video, god damn it. But that's the baby girl. I don't want to pick. I want to pick because I love my homie. I love my girl. I love them. You know what? We're gonna keep it as is. I finally managed to break up the Total Eclipse trio, and it took some heavy hitters like Kasumi and Ilfi. I love these two. I love her. I love her too much. The love I got for her is too much. It's too much. I love my baby girl. These are also my baby girls, but just in a different fashion. This my precious baby girl though. I love her. Akane, listen. The reason Mitsuki and Akane are up here are because of Rumbling Hearts. If we're going just off Rumbling Hearts though, you're not above Mitsuki. You're just not. You're just not. Are you above Yusuke? No. No, you're not. I don't think you clear Yusuke. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you clear Latrova either. Do you clear Rollerstein though? That is a question. Does Akane clear Rollerstein? Yes. Yes, she does. I'd say so. I'd say with my very expert opinion that Akane does, in fact, clear Rollerstein. Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi. We like Tsukiyomi. We love Tsukiyomi around here. She doesn't clear the homie. Let's be perfectly honest. She doesn't clear the homie. Does she clear Hibiki? No. Does she clear Hayase? That's bullshit. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's a tough one. I like Tsukiyomi, but Hayase, she's not gonna clear Hayase. She's not gonna clear Hayase. Does she clear Yusuke though? This is Tsukiyomi we're talking about. I mean, yeah, Yusuke survived a fucking a nuclear bomb, right? Granted, it's not like she was at the epicenter of the fucking blast or anything, but she survived a nuclear explosion, right? That's bad bitch shit. Like, Tsukiyomi, she a bad bitch. Just in the way she carries herself, and also in the way she does. But Yusuke, we can't deny that Yusuke a bad bitch. Yusuke chopped a motherfucker up with an axe. Yusuke's not afraid to get bloody, if need be. And she's incredibly durable too. Tsukiyomi, she's great, right? She's cool. I like her. I love her. PP very hard. But I don't think I quite put her above Yusuke. I don't think she quite goes above Yusuke. Latrova. God damn, y'all really making me work for this one. No. I think she's earned her spot above Latrova. I think she's earned that. So now we get down to the top 5. The top 5, baby. So we're gonna play this a little differently. Alright, we're gonna play this a little differently. We're gonna play this a little different. We're gonna start with Sumika here. Now what you think? Oh, you've been starting from the end, working your way down. We're gonna start with Sumika here. Sumika, you don't clear Yui. You don't. And you don't clear Vincent either. Because while you're a loyal friend, right? You're a loyal friend. You truly are. The bestest of best friends that a guy could ever ask for. But you're only about it for one guy. Vincent's ride or die for a homie, right? But he's also about it for the squad. Sumika doesn't really turn up for the squad. Let's be honest. We love her, but does she turn up for the squad? No. Hibiki. I think Hibiki's a bit better. Would I put Sumika above Hayase? I would. Sumika absolutely goes above Hayase. And now Yuko. The queen of PP Hard. If this were a tier list based solely on sex appeal, she'd be number 1. That's just the Kosuke genes, but also she clears the other Kosukes quite easily. PP, so damn hard, but also phenomenal character as well. She definitely doesn't clear the homie. She's a very selfish person. She has one homie. Vincent has a squad of homies. Do I put her above Hibiki? Yuko Kosuke above my man's Hibiki. No. I think I like Hibiki just a bit more. Just a bit better. Do I put Yuko above Sumika? Now hear me out. I'm just gonna set her there. Not a definitive answer. Let's think about it. Sumika's great. Like I said, I loved her from the start. The moment she appeared on screen within the first few minutes, I was like, damn, I love her. By the time I finished the trilogy, damn, I love her. By the time I finished Altered Fable, damn, I like her a bit. Nah, I'm just playing. I love her. Sumika's great. Yuko, also great, but for different reasons. Ultimately, I think we're gonna leave it as is. We're gonna leave it as is. I think we're gonna be putting Yuko above Sumika. Sumika's great, don't get me wrong. But I think Yuko's just a teensy bit better. Just a teensy bit. So now we're getting into some real hard hitters. We got 3 left, and these 3 probably easily my top 3 favorites of the original trilogy. And they got some stiff competition with our Total Eclipse and Day After cast here. Let's see how they fare, shall we? First up, we're gonna grab Ayamine. I know, you're surprised, aren't you? You thought Ayamine was gonna be number 1, didn't you? I bet you thought that, didn't you? No. No. I love Ayamine, but does she clear Yui? Fuck no. Does she clear Ilfi? Yeah. Yeah, she does. Yeah. Ayamine is pretty fucking great. But I told you, Yui changed something in me. She really did. Yui, I fucking love her. Fucking love her. And now we're down to the last 2. Now see this. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love Yui. But I ain't gonna let recency bias get the best of me. Yui, she's not my favorite. She's not my number 1. I told you, I went into this, I know who my number 1 is. And it ain't changed. It's one of these 2 right here. So now it's time to decide. This will decide not only where one or the other gets placed, it's time to decide who the number 1 is. Now I love both of these 2. Madomo, she's just been a phenomenal force in every entry she's been a part of. Miki, the adorable little homie, right? Not even little homie, she's just a cutie. We love her, she's a sweetheart. But there's so much more to her. She's more than just the cute friend. There's layers to Miki. There's reasons why I say, like, you gotta play her route in Unlimited and Alternative. It's just so much better than all the others. Meia's may have some importance to the story later on, but Miki's, it just hits so much harder. I love these 2 to death. Absolutely heavy hitters. Love them. Love them so goddamn much. But there you have it, folks. The list is complete. That's right. I know I don't talk too much about Madomo, but she truly is my favorite character in this entire fucking franchise. I believe I have said that at one point. I just don't think I haven't been incredibly vocal about it. I haven't like, really sung her praises. But truly, when I look back on it, she's easily my favorite. There's just so much about Madomo. Maybe she's not, the one, how do I phrase this? Maybe she's not the one I love the most. I love Yui. That's wife right there. And maybe she's not the sexiest. PP hard right here, alright? Koskis exist. But there's so many layers to her character, in both universes. She's such a fucking great person. I love her. She's such a kind, caring person who, even in the worst of timelines, doesn't let her circumstances keep her from being a kind, caring, loving person. She'll keep those emotions on the inside when she needs to, but she's not afraid to let them out when she can. I love Marumo. She's amazing. I love her. She's great. Phenomenal. I love everyone in this list. This top row especially, good God. This top 5, amazing. I love them. I love them so much. I know Miki and Ayamine, they were my big favorites out of the trilogy, and they're still in the top 5, obviously. I love these two to death. I told y'all Yui changed something in me. I told y'all. She's something special. Love Yui. And like I said, with Ilfi, she's already someone I fucking adore, and she's only got potential to be better. She's only got potential to be better. If Ajay actually gives us some more visual novels at some point down the road. There's Duty Lost Arcadia, which is a whole Eurofront visual novel around the Cerberus Battalion. Also, we know Ilfri's going to be making an appearance in, what the fuck is it called? Integrate. The big fucking finale to the story. If those ever see the light of the day, there's only more room for Ilfi to go up. There's only more room for her to improve. Do I think I could see the day where Ilfi climbs even further up this list? Yeah. Is there a chance she beats out Marumo? That's a tough call. Because Marumo, once again, if we're going off of potential releases, Resonative is still something that's in the works, in which we will be getting more Marumo there. Well, there is more Marumo content yet to come, and that's an amazing thing. So beating out Marumo, that's a tough call. That she'd have to do something real amazing. But do I think there's a point where where Ilfi could potentially beat out Yui? I think he'd take something big. But I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Do I think she could beat Ayamine Miki? I do. I really do. I think if they actually put out something really fucking wonderful with Duty Lost Arcadia and Integrate, something truly fucking... I think Ilfi could top those two. Yui, take something real special. I think it's possible. Marumo, it's a real tough hill to climb right there. Marumo, something special. Always gonna be something special. She may not be the ultimate waifu. She may not be one of my baby girls. She may not be, she may not make my pee-pee the hardest, but damn, she's something special. Damn, she's something special. But yeah, there you have it, folks. There is my final tier list. And as always with these tier lists, I've also commissioned a nice special little illustration for the winner because they deserve it. So yeah, that's going to do it for me today. So if you did watch this video, I commend you, because I'm looking now and I've recorded for 3 hours. I hope it was worth it. So yeah, thank you for watching what is potentially my last Muv-Luv related video I put out. We'll see. That ball's really in Ajay and Anchor's court. But like I said, we'll see. But for now, thank you for watching. And I hope I'll see y'all in whatever video it is I make next. But for now, peace.